Visit 2 days for less than $50 a day. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, service fees, blackout dates, and other restrictions may apply.
Free shouldn't come with a catch. With iHeartRadio, it doesn't. No monthly fees, no trial periods. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Near 3-year lows. And if you have a rate above 6.5, you may be able to lower it a point or more.
Multi-Room Mayhem 4, Florida's premier multi-day poker tournament, returns August 19th through the 31st at Daytona Beach and Orange City Poker. 2 locations, a $250,000 guaranteed prize pool with $50,000 to first. Start in Daytona Beach August 19th through 23rd. Then head to Orange City August 26th through the 31st. Buy in for just $250 and take your shot at summer's hottest poker event. Multi-Room Mayhem 4. Get your seat now.
If your power bill is climbing and your pool pump's running nonstop, might be time for Solar Source. That's right. They specialize in high-demand homes, helping you offset rising electric costs with expert design solar solutions. Now, here's the deal. The difference with them is Solar Source has a large service department with manufacturer recommended experts so they can service or fix any solar system no matter who installed it. Over 75,000 systems installed, a 25-year industry-leading warranty, and zero pressure, just real answers. Visit SolarSource.com. Solar Source. Lower bills, better performance, total peace of mind.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. I'm not great with words after a fight, and I'm sorry wasn't cutting it this time. So I used Smile Tunes to write a soulful ballad about how she's always right. By the second chorus, the silent treatment was officially over. Visit SmileTunes.com and get out of the doghouse today.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from the solar eclipse causes chaos to the Indiana Fever WNBA coach gets booed by fans, and a tropical wave could be the first hurricane of 2026. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here.
Hello.
Josh is with us.
Good day.
And so are you. You can join us. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or in the app right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your messages rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Happy to be here.
Yeah, good to be here. Good day, lots of stuff going on, lots of good drama, lots of fun, viral stuff. We're going to enjoy it as we roll on here on a Wednesday, so why not just get started and get into it? Other than C-Lane having a terrible, horrible, no good, very good morning or
That's
very
why I'm
bad
happy
morning.
to be here. No, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be in this building and not at my house.
Did you wake up in the middle of the night feeling the air conditioner not working, or was it this morning?
No, it was as soon as I got up this morning, and my wife gets up before me, and I texted her, and I was like, did you notice the AC wasn't blowing cold? She goes, no, I'm warm all the time. I was like, we sleep in the coldest room in the house.
Not anymore.
What are you talking about? I'm good.
Did you hit the bat phone? Did you call up somebody, get them over there?
I called two different somebodies.
Oh, race them.
No.
Yeah.
I got Mills Air coming later today.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I mean, that's a nightmare territory. It's 1 million degrees. I looked. It's 1 million degrees outside. It's a solar eclipse today during the show, so we don't
but not
necessarily.
Where it matters.
Yeah, we don't necessarily. Yeah, that's true. It would be really nice for your AC if that was the case.
Eclipse right over my house, and just get it a nice little shady. A breeze would be cool too. Any of those things.
If I had that sort of power, I would do that for you.
Thank you.
I lack the ability. So in the United States, we're not going to see too much. I don't think. I mean, we'll see what goes on. But there will be, during the show today, a crazy solar eclipse. And we're going to have live streams and a bunch of other stuff watching just how weird it gets when this all goes down. So that should be interesting along the way. A million other things to go to. And we start off with this. We put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. We see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours.
This one's a doozy.
You seen this one?
I have seen this one.
Let's go to a high school, everybody. Well, this was probably a very exciting day at the high school. New school year and all. Getting ready for the big games. The teams are getting fired up. School spirit. Rah, rah, rah.
Go team.
Have you seen this, Josh? Or
no, I can't tell what's happening. Is that wrestling mat in the air? Or?
No. That would be a Jumbotron. The school got their first Jumbotron, which is quite an expensive purchase.
And clearly, Josh, being as it's the opening clip of the show, we're just going to watch an exciting video about a Jumbotron being hoisted to the ceiling and turned on for the first time.
No issues.
Yeah, they turn it on, they play a couple video games for the fun of it, and then they put some scores on there.
Accidentally hit the porno button. They're like, whoa, don't do that. It's a high school. Whoa.
Let's watch it anyhow. Here we go. All right, it's going up. Jumbotron going up. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, mute now.
All right, I cut it out right at the end. The entire Jumbotron, folks, comes crashing to the ground. It's on a scissor lift. They bring it all the way up. I don't know what a Jumbotron cost. Yeah. And then, oh, God. Like, imagine it's in your house and you're installing your brand new 80-inch television. And you get that sucker right up. You're about to bolt it onto the wall. You're imagine watching an Avatar 2 or something on that thing. And then right when you're about to pin it to the wall, it falls and completely gets destroyed.
I love that it explodes like a Lego person dying in a movie.
It does, too. It just every direction you can imagine, all the pieces of the Jumbotron at this high school.
I don't know if I told you guys this about when
this guy's got a Jumbotron at home.
Well, no, I have an 86
It broke
inch.
last night.
I have an 86-inch television, and before we got it installed, like when we did get it installed, I was like on pins and needles, like, is it gonna work? Is it gonna look good? Because when we had it delivered, the box is ginormous, and we put it behind the couch just to wait till the guy that we hired could come, put it on the wall, and I hit the recliner on the couch. just knocked the thing over.
Oh, my God.
And,
what a dumb.
Me and Ashley were looking at each other with just the widest eyes like, oh, no. Tell me we didn't just ruin the brand new TV that hasn't even come out of the box yet.
You know what I always wonder when I see a video like this? They got these scissor lifts. They got this Jumbotron that, Josh, just look, try to get a price on a high school Jumbotron. See if we can figure out, because these things are not cheap. But all I can think of is there's probably some people in construction and installation jobs that are watching this going, oh, no. Oh, like they can see when they watch it what went wrong with the Jumbotron.
Oh, absolutely. When I said that I'd seen this video before, it was posted in one of my Facebook groups that's like rigging disasters or AV disasters. And the whole comment section, the very first comment was like, lowest bidder, huh?
Yeah, right.
And then the rest of them was like really diving into if you look closely at the time when it starts to fall, you'll see that the wench up at the top of the ceiling there is the first thing to fail. The left wench fails, and then when the weight shifts like that, the right one is right behind it. That one,
it does.
Yeah. And they were like, and every person, because every commenter on these rigging disaster groups are all holier than thou. Like, well, it's because you didn't put the C clamp in the beat. They know exactly what happened. And what a disaster!
Josh, what's it cost?
They give the most ridiculous price range of $30,000 to $500,000.
Okay, so somewhere in that window.
I think it depends on how big and rich your high school is.
They made a bit of a mistake here. Unbelievable. That's not a good start to the school year, but there we go. All right, folks, we're going to get to, of course, your Rate My Blanks continue this week. It's Rate My Celebrity Encounters. Keep them short and sweet. Not like that last guy yesterday, for God's sake.
I'm not blaming him. I mean, he did break the rules, and he did a 2.5-minute, 30-second encounter.
Yeah.
But you could see how long that paragraph was.
I just hit play. I wasn't paying any attention. I just fired it off.
It was a whole book. It was a novel for the transcription. And I read through it, and I was like, he doesn't even say Steven Tyler until the last quarter of this dispatch.
Well, I told people to do a good job with compelling storytelling, and a lot of them did. You guys really have stepped up on this one. So I'm excited to see somebody saying Dennis Rodman and Carmen Electra they met. There's a lot of huge celebrity names that people are talking about their encounters with. Robert Downey Jr., Bruce Willis. So we'll get to all of those, but that guy was slow. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, but just did not work out. We got to talk about the election last night and the results of that and what that all means. Again, the polls are off. I think the last round of polls on the socialist woman Hong, the one who hates Thanksgiving, in Wisconsin for the governor primary, I think one of the last polls I saw had her winning the election by 25 points or something. And she lost. I'm like, they had this woman up by 20-something points in an election. Like, well, it's a landslide we have on our hands here. And either the anti-Thanksgiving backlash was real, or once again, these polls are just absolutely missing the mark on where these elections are going.
Or Butterball called up their constituents in that state and was like, listen, this person is actively campaigning against Thanksgiving, and we need your support.
Taken down by Big Turkey.
I'm telling you, the brutal thing is I've seen a lot of these elections like this where one candidate will be up that far in the polls and other people will drop out because they'll go, I have no chance. I'm not going to win. So I'm going to drop out of the election. There's people dropping out of elections and the polls are just garbage. Like whatever information they're using to make that decision is not good. So we're going to do a little bit of the drama around that in a bit. First, this tips at thenewsjunkie.com. There is no team at thenewsjunkie.com email address. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous emails the show. He talks about the woman who said she's separated from her husband, but she was really living her best life. She tried to convince us yesterday. And Anonymous says, Hey, Sean, listening to the podcast, you touched on the woman who bought an apartment and is living on her own while her husband is at the main house. While I think her situation is a bit extreme, me and my wife have something that most married couples do not have or do.
Separate rooms?
our property years ago. It came with a detached mother-in-law suite that functions as my office and man cave. It's on the property, but having it detached from the house is really nice since I have that separation and a space to claim as my own. My wife tends to let me be here, and there are times when I could spend days here without needing to go to the house.
Nice.
Wait, so this is more than just a man cave. You have a bed there?
Yeah, he's got his own house.
He just couch? Why can't I talk?
Couch cruising.
I don't know if he's couch cruising or not, but he says he can stay back there for days at a time. I want to clarify a couple of things because a lot of people reached out after this woman who said, I got an apartment and our marriage is so great now that I have an apartment. And I'm like, this is Cope City from this lady being pumped out into the audience of people to try to click on and comment on this. And a lot of people said, hey, I actually sleep in my own bedroom and my husband sleeps in his other, or my wife sleeps in her own bedroom and I sleep in a different bedroom because of X, Y, and Z. That is much more common. And you're still living under a shared roof. So the only thing you're doing is like sleeping in different areas. That's not as big of a deal.
When you say much more common, it's much more common than what this woman is describing. Yes, It's becoming increasingly more common for people who have maybe sleeping issues, stuff like that. And but like you said, same house. I mean, it's still pretty not so common to have separate bedrooms, but it's a lot more common than going, you know what's really saving my marriage? Having an apartment that's not even in the same neighborhood as my house.
Your experience shares all these things in common with just being single. Like what is the point of being married when you're doing that? But there were people who reached out.
My mom got an apartment that was away from my dad's house.
You know what? If your mother was in that situation in 2026, your Mama Lane might be kicking on her video camera, being like, "What's up, y'all? Mama Lane here. I'm living my best life. Got little Sea Dog with me at the apartment these days." That's how life is in 2026. But living in different rooms and sleeping separately.
Don't call me Sea Dog.
Different than this. He says, my wife tends to let me be here, and there are times when I could spend days here without needing to go to the house. On top of that, we've been sleeping in separate bedrooms for over a decade because of my work schedule and haven't looked back. Some of my friends joke that we're glorified roommates, but the way I look at it, that's what marriage kind of is anyway. For context, I've been with my wife since we were both teenagers and we're in our mid-30s now. She is the love of my life and we do spend quality time together, but we both value our own time and space. What we do may not work for everybody, but it works great for us. Keep up the great work, Wiggles and Pops, says Anonymous. Here's the thing. If somebody says they have like this clever plan that works for them in their relationship, and you go, I sleep in the guest house and, my wife sleeps in the main house, or even if it's like I get an apartment somewhere, this was much more ridiculous, that situation. But if you have something that does still keep you in your marriage and keeps you together for your children, if you have them, then who cares what the solution is? If it's like, hey, we're both sort of independent people, and the best way for us to exist as a married couple is to have this little tiny bit of separation, but still be available to be a family. The family part is what matters the most, I think. So, if it's working for you, keep working it, friend. I guess that'll work. That's too many times of saying work in one sentence.
Two more and you're Rihanna.
That'll have to work. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we've got to get fired up into what happened last night. The solar eclipse is going to zap everybody's eyeballs off. We'll see what's happening with that. I have a hog contest. There's nice. A bunch of stuff. But first up, when we return.
Guys constantly trying to embarrass me.
The most, you're going to have to get ready and do this. We'll all do it. When we come back, I have to play for you, without a shadow of a doubt, the most emailed story of the day. It's a good one. It's a solid story, but so many people emailed this over to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And we'll get to that one. I'll play the audio for you because it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is guaranteed human. If you are too, then leave us a talkback message on the free iHeartRadio app.
Like a blood oath.
Yeah, kinda.
Yes!
But with our voices.
Oh.
Morning.
Hello. Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to Wednesday. Let me get this most emailed story all set for next, and it's a good one. Tell me what you think it is. What do you think the most emailed story of the day is, chat? YouTube, Twitch, TNJ chat. I want you to forgive me. My resolution was to wear shoes every day in the studio, and I have every day until now. All year long. I think last year, too, maybe was when I made that resolution. All year long, every day until now. I hurt my big toe yesterday, and it's a little painful to get it in the shoe at the moment. So just forgive me. Don't think I'm unprofessional, please. Okay? Belly button zapper lady? No, that's not it. That's not it. Cosidius is, don't forget today's the day when we lose gravity for 7 seconds. It's not that nonsense hoax. That's not the most emailed story. Any other guesses? The winner will get a round of applause. I hurt my big toe today to see if I still feel. Probably something Trump, endless fodder there. Nope, not that. Sean, did you get my email about the young cop girl fired for misuse of a flock camera 166 times on her ex? I think I did. A couple of people sent that. That wasn't the story. But we do have some more flock updates today. So we do have that. Looks like I got Tolio. I can get it up here, but it's just a little sore. It's not Brian Wilson dying. Nope, not that. Not that. We'll get into it next. Real quick, as school kicks back off, especially for you parents, you got kids going off to school, a program kicking off this year at the very, very widely respected, I think, University of Michigan. And University of Michigan says they are dropping letter grades. And I think everybody just stops there at the headline. They're like, we are not going to be giving out grades for people coming back to University of Michigan. And you're like, okay, well, you know, grades are kind of important. It separates the absolute dumbos from the rest of the class. But the rest of the headline has a little more nuance. University of Michigan drops letter grades for first semester freshmen. So they said to try to make it so it's not as stressful, there won't be any letter grades on students' transcripts for the first semester of their freshman year in an effort to curb the mental health crisis. What a bunch of pussies. You've got a mental health crisis at your first year in college? Get over it. It's probably the greatest time of your life. You're going to be swimming in sex and drugs and rock and roll. The mental health crisis of your first semester and your first year at the school. That part's ridiculous. However, your first semester at the college, if you're going to not give grades, ain't that the time to do it? Do we agree with this? Yes or no, chat? We agree. Is this a good idea for freshman students in college? No grades for the first semester. Good idea or bad idea, chat? 90 seconds and we're back. Let's just keep making everyone dumber. That seems to be the goal. By the way, 10 gifted subs. Thank you to Tom. 10 gifted subs getting us, well, good chunk of the way to our goal of 25 for the day. You can subscribe over on thenewsjunkie.com. If you're already a subscriber, hit that gift icon. How about you just raise your kids with a strong work ethic? Imagine that. Oh, imagine that idea. I mean, I think it's kind of dopey, and like saying there's a mental health crisis for like freshmen at this very solid, impressive college is a little bit much. But on the other hand, like that first semester, like who cares? First semester should be free then? Oof. Yeah, they didn't have to do it and be like, we're doing it because of the mental health crisis of incoming freshmen. You could have just said the first semester is kind of bullshit anyways. So we figure why be too hard on them. But the second semester, better get your ass in gear, baby. Strong work ethic. These people bring their parents to job interviews. True. All right, most emailed story. Not one of you guessed it. Not one. We're coming back live with it right now.
iHeartRadio is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network.
We're obviously incredibly excited if you just want to talk about defense.
Get the insight before it's a headline with NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Thank you to Sean McVay.
Chasing a fantasy title, the Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast helps you draft like a genius.
And hopefully it helps you guys out the most.
This
is what football sounds like.
Download the iHeartRadio app, search NFL, and press play.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
The most insane story. It was the most emailed to me story in the last 24 hours, and it is a doozy. We'll tell you about that in just a moment here on the show. The story I was talking about during the break with the Skomike people was University of Michigan has kicked back in, and the college kids coming in were informed that they're not going to do letter grades for first-year freshmen. So as everybody's coming to this school, you've paid all this money, $3,500 kids come on in for the start of the new year here. They tell you, well, here's the deal. There's not going to be any grades for your first semester, your freshman year, to, quote, curb the mental health crisis among students, which is about the lamest reason ever to do it and really kind of silly. Like, you should not put your expectations on the mental stability of your students at that low a level. However, if you're really not going to give grades out for something, I feel like the first semester of your freshman year would be a time where you're like, yay,
mulligan.
Sink in. Yeah, this is just the first semester in particular, Josh. Would be like definitely a mulligan.
You would think this would be a way to strategically pick your classes. However, it would seem that I think you can't take certain classes until you've passed other ones. So it would be harder to front load the hardest classes of the curriculum.
Oh, that would be a good a pro tip if you could, though.
If they're not giving you letter grades, and it might still be a pass-fail thing, so you might actually have to, like, work at it a little bit, but this might be the opportunity to go, all right, hey, what do I think I'm not going to be that great at? And
calculus.
And then just try to load my schedule with stuff like that. Like, I think I had to retake Spanish in college because it was just,
Dios mío.
Yeah, a lot of...
You and Courtney both. Courtney took Spanish 5 times, I think.
Oh.
Last time was
Can
a
she
charm.
say that in Spanish?
No. She didn't learn anything. All I'm saying is her monitor for the exam may have had many sticky notes around it. Just may have been, a little bit of... leg up on the competition.
When you said monitor, I thought the person that was watching the room for the exam, and I was like,
no.
What did she do to the monitor, Sean?
She had to do what she had to do. She had to look. Times were tough. It was the 5th time she took the class, for God's sake. So if your kids are going back to school, you got any stories around that, let us know. Parents who were sending your kids off to college, what would you think if the first year for the first semester they said, we're not even going to do any grades for you? There's too much of a mental health crisis for the students. We must get rid of the grades. If there's a mental health crisis, just get rid of all the University of Michigan grades altogether, right? That's how bad it is. Or just say the first semester really doesn't matter all that much. So we're going to be easier on you. Tell us what you think. All right, here we go, though. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And Lisa was the one who sent in, one of many people, the most emailed story to tips@thenewsjunkie.com of the day. And it involves a high school football player. And in fact, something that he found inside his helmet. I don't know if you've seen this story, but this is crazy. I don't know how this guy did not know what was in his helmet. I don't know how he didn't know, but here we go. Here's the story.
I removed a snake out of a car vent, in the engine, purses, backpack, in a helmet. Never.
It's an opponent that probably won't end up on this season's football schedule.
Listen to this guy's voice.
It's smooth.
It's an opponent that probably will not end up on. This guy's got a deep voice,
this
man.
Season's football schedule.
Yeah, he's got a deep, very reverberation is present in his voice, I think, a little bit. But this guy said he took a snake out of a football player's helmet at this high school. Okay, in a helmet.
Never.
It's an opponent that probably won't end up on this season's football schedule.
It's kind of unbelievable.
But it's a matchup the Maumelle High School football team had to face anyway.
There it is. So the snake, it's a cottonmouth, which is a venomous snake, everybody, just so you know, if you're not familiar with snakes like me. I'm a snakeologist, and I have been for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And as a professional in this field, I only went for my first semester of my freshman year, but I think I did well.
Snake.
You bet your ass it is, buddy.
How fat that snake is.
That's right. Take it in. Take it all in. This is a cottonmouth, a venomous snake, and it was in his helmet. And I think like a shocking amount of time went by where he did not even notice that there was a cottonmouth inside the guy. It could have killed him.
While at practice Thursday, one player noticed a snake in his helmet, quickly turning that practice into a real deal situation.
When the officers got there and stuff, they examined the helmet, and at that time they could see that there was a snake in the helmet. They verified it was not a copperhead, but it possibly was a cottonmouth or a water snake.
Chris Davis with Maumelle Animal Services says they responded to the high school after a report of a copperhead in a football helmet.
I mean, he could have died.
Instead, it was actually a cottonmouth, a venomous snake known to hide out in dark, sheltered places.
The cottonmouth, in my opinion, is probably the second most venomous snake here in Arkansas. I would say the rattlesnake is.
Yeah, I've never been bit by them simultaneously, but this was in like if you ever put on a football helmet, which is how many of us on the show? Have you guys ever put on a football helmet?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, I have.
Friday Night Lights, baby.
I was a football player, just in case you guys were wondering, for the Oilers. All right, kind of a big deal. When I was 12 years old, I was on the Oilers, and it was a really, really great experience where I recovered one fumble on the field during a rainstorm and knocked the wind out of myself and cried during the football game. But
you knocked your wind out recovering a fumble?
I fell on the fumble because I was trying to be the hero. I saw the football on the field. I was like, fumble! And I dove, and it hit me right. Like I didn't grab it. I just jumped on it with my belly. And it knocked the wind out of me. And so I couldn't breathe, but I got the fumble. I could not breathe, though, and I started crying on the football field. So it was a little bit tragic. However, I've had a football helmet on before. And you can see inside there as your tears are falling down your face. In the like crevices of the padding, there's places where stuff could like tuck in and hide. And that's what this snake was doing. It was in his helmet for hours and hours.
Number one, if this snake would have bit the child, it probably would have been very fatal.
The snake?
Very
fatal. Buddy. All right.
This guy got no grades at all through school, all right? None.
This is the second most venomous snake in his opinion, not science. And he said it would be very fatal as opposed to just a little fatal.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That was very fatal. That is
fatal, Stan. He is very dead.
I don't know if this guy is a snake expert here.
The helmet. This made it hard to remove. Davis says they had to flood the snake out in order to grab it, bringing home a win for the Hornets.
Oh, there you go. They got this thing.
So wait,
unbelievable.
To get the snake out, they put a helmet in a trash can and filled the trash can with water?
Yeah, they submerged this big trash can, filled it with water,
kind
and
of
then
snake
put the helmet in.
handler can't get a snake out of a helmet?
Well, this is a very fatal snake. What are you talking about? You can't just be a fool with this thing. You have to be careful, and that's what he was trying to do in this circumstance.
They got the
Thankfully,
most
the players okay.
podunk-ass snake handler I've ever seen.
He did. He's like, I think it's a fatal snake. It's so weird, the difference between that guy's voice and the reporter's voice. The reporter was just like, smooth, silky. And that guy's like, very fatal snakes. Just different takes on
in
life
his
there,
opinion.
Folks. Yeah. In his opinion, very fatal snake. C-Lane said this felt like it was a shot at him, but I just want to assure you that it's not. This is an annual thing that's been done for 43 years in France. And it's a highly regarded championship.
You were alive before this started.
I was, but just barely before this started in France. And I have the audio for you, and we could see if we're impressed or not. So, tell me if you're impressed, yes or no, over on chat if you're watching the show on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie.
Here goes.
All right. Here we go. This is how they did. The
43 years they've decided to keep doing this?
Yeah. I don't know what the prize is. I wish I knew what the prize was, but they do this every year. They do a pig squealing championship in this city in France. Here's how they perform this year. That's pretty good.
Alors, cette fête qui s'appelle la Pourcaillade existe depuis le mois d'août 1981.
He said the festival has been held since 1981. This was the 43rd edition.
C'est la 43e édition.
I'll translate with my French. And it was initially organized by the Tri Sorbais Shopkeepers Association. They got real pigs there. Stuffed pigs next to the real pigs, which is kind of weird. All right, I want the competition. Here we go.
Oh, we're getting on all fours, too.
Yeah, this is weird because I don't know why. I don't want to be sexist at all. Like, I'm not trying to be sexist at all.
Here's some sexism.
Imagine if you met some woman and you, like, dated a couple of times and it was going really well. And then you go, well, hey, what do you want to do this weekend? Things are kind of going well between the two of us.
Well, I'm busy.
Well, what are you doing?
An important contest.
Oh, that's cool. What contest are you taking part in? Maybe I can go support you.
The pig squealing contest.
The what? I couldn't hear you.
It's an agricultural thing.
Agricultural.
Yeah.
If she dressed up in a pig outfit with a pig nose and made pig noises for the pig noise competition, guys, would you lose respect for this person?
I would lose a boner.
Some guys wouldn't, though. So there's a couple of guys out there, they're like, oh, my God, the Holy Grail. This is what I've been looking for.
I'm going to give you the blue ribbon.
Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted.
On habite à Toulouse, on est étudiante, on fait des masters d'ingénierie.
We're engineering and master students, she says. We found this competition online and said, why not? I mean, good for them. They're having fun. I'm the record holder. Oh, let's hear him. This guy's serious. This is the record holder.
Nine-time winner.
Nine-time winner. If you meet this guy, by the way, in public, this is the only thing he will talk to you about.
I found the prize.
Oh, yeah? Did you?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think being the 9-time winner of the pig squealing competition is going to carry him through his life.
Oh, it's not going to make him rich, you don't think?
You get a trophy and cash. How much cash do you think?
Okay, Josh, I guess you get $1,000 cash.
I guess 1,000 euros cash. Dummy.
Okay, I
get currency mugged.
I meant the equivalents.
Technically, Sean is closer.
Damn it.
Yeah!
Because it's 500 euros or $577.
Damn it.
Oh, now let's hear this guy. Is he good? They better play it. Guinness World. Oh, look at this humble bragger. He goes.
No. He wasn't humble bragging. He says he one day wants to be recognized by the Guinness World Records book. But like, you have to set a record. Maybe the most consecutive wins in the pig squealing competition?
I thought he was saying he was a winner of Guinness World Records. You're right. He's like, he's dreaming of being a Guinness World Record holder. What's it called? Guinness World Records? Here he is. He's got props.
He's eating foliage.
He's looking for truffles.
Dude, how weird is this? What has gone on with your life? Ladies, I ask you the same question. You meet a guy, things are going really well in your dating, and then he says this is what he's going to do this weekend. You find out he's the 9-time pig squealing champion. pig nose, pig outfit on, fake foliage, so he can act like he's a hog winning this thing. What do you do? It's pretty good. It sounds like a hog. It does. I've heard them before. Yeah, many times. But there you go. Maybe you're very good at that. We do not want your dispatches doing the hog noises. So so you know.
Yeah. Last on the list of rate mice.
Yeah, we don't want. It's not Rate My Celebrity Encounter Hog Edition. It's Rate My Celebrity Encounter. Your best
Lizzo.
experience ever meeting a celebrity. Tell us in 30 seconds. And let's see. I don't know who that person is. This is somebody with their experience of meeting a celebrity. It's Carmen Electra. Okay.
So VIP tickets to Music Midtown in Atlanta that I used to go to every year. A lot of celebrities. Johnny Depp, Kate Moss were there. Who I noticed was Dennis Rodman and Carmen Electra and their posse. I had to go up and introduce myself. Said I wanted to meet the most controversial man in the NBA. He stood up, hands 3 times my size, leaned down, kissed me with that lip ring, which is kind of weird, and then invited my friend and I to have some cocktails, which we did for a little bit before we head off to the concerts. Kind of a cool experience.
All right, not bad. You know, good storytelling going on there for you, Janine. I appreciate the story. Thank you for that. We did have so many people send these in that we'll work more in on the show today, and you could be part of the show by participating. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, send over an audio dispatch or even a video dispatch if you want us to see it with your celebrity encounter. Again, keep it short, like 30 seconds or so we get right down and to the point. All right, we're going to do a quick break here. When we come back, somebody found the most unbelievable thing in the ocean. When I saw this, it absolutely freaked me out. I had never seen anything quite like this before. I'll explain to you not only what they found mysteriously in the ocean, but why it was there, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
You have a good turtleneck head. I do not think I have a good turtleneck head. Jack has an okay turtleneck head.
But Jim in one would look like a roll-on deodorant.
How?
Welcome behind the scenes. Skull Mike is on again. Don't tell anybody what we say here. This is between you and me. This is private conversation here. This is not regulated by the FCC. Okay? We can do whatever we want here. If somebody met Shaq at a hog calling competition, they'll win. They'll definitely have a leg up, you might say, in this whole battle. Question, chat. How many of you paid any level of attention to the election results last night? I just want to get an idea. Say yes if you paid any attention at all to the election results from some of the primaries last night, and no if you weren't paying any attention. Yes if you were paying some level of attention to the elections last night, including the socialist lady Hong that was running for governor and lost after they said she was going to win by like 20-something points, which is crazy. Were you watching? Were you paying attention at all? Yes if you were, no if you weren't. We got a split so far, yes and no. I was just watching the alerts come in. No. Yes, once WNBA was over, Indiana Fever won. That must have felt good. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Yes. Followed by 0, none, not a nope. A couple of people saying yes, mostly no's so far. I don't think people care that much about the primaries, which is why, unfortunately, that's where the most extremist candidates flourish a lot of times. The normies aren't paying attention. They're sending their kids back to school. They got a lot going on. Shit is expensive. Grocery and gas prices are out of control. You get it. So you're not focused on these primary elections. But the problem is that's when your candidate might get chosen to appear in the general election coming up in November. So it's a real son of a bitch. Dale Tona says, no, my primaries are on the 18th. Known Badger said we had elections. Depends on where you are. Nobody pays attention to local politics. I hate to say it, but that's probably not nobody, but most people don't. And unfortunately, a lot of very politically active people have taken advantage of that over the years. So next thing you know, all of like the school boards and all of these local boards and like local political positions were filled by people who were kind of fringe, right? Like kind of on the extremes of things. We're attracting too many crazies to run for office. And that's not good. I want normal people. Local elections matter so much. So true. The thing is, like 80 to 90% of the impact that politics is going to have on you is going to be for your elected local leader. Mine, of course, is absolute trash on every front. All right? Your elected local leaders, they are going to be the ones who have the most impact on your life. But what do people get mad about the most? Shit that has nothing to do with their lives. Right? I mean, sometimes global affairs, i.e. Iran, can affect your personal life, gas prices, but mostly people get mad about stuff that doesn't really have as big of an effect. Last time I saw Lindell, that's the pillow guy, right? He was yelling at the media cameras? Yeah. Are you surprised that Mike Lindell thought there was some voter fraud going on? Does that surprise you? Crack broke that man's brain. He went from a crackhead to a businessman and back to a kind of crackhead. Sean, will you support me for president? I can't, and I think you know why. I don't want to say it, but I think you know why I can't support you for president. Right? You know what I'm talking about. I can't. I just can't. I can't do it. A tale as old as time? Sure. Sure. All right, we are coming back right now on the show. I hope your elected official locally is better than mine. Mine likes to dress up as Elvis and cut ribbons when diners open and go to proclamations with her buddy, the mayor. Mine is what you might call retarded. Terribly incompetent. All right, we're coming back. Here we go.
Mattress Firm's sleep experts can help you choose the perfect upgrade. They'll guide you every step, answering your questions. Shop today and save big during the best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
Yes, here we are, the world's most viral newsroom. Big thanks to Tom for the 10 gifted subscriptions. Thanks for the big support. Only 15 away from our goal today. Thank you for that. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. A couple of things for you here. One, I'd never seen this in my life. Man, I'll tell you what, this looks like some freaky, like, end of the world stuff, if I'm honest with you. But I guess there's a reason for it. And these people, let me find out where they were here. They're off the coast of Florida, near Isla Mirada. That's the Keys, right? Isla Mirada?
I think so.
Okay. I don't know how close that is to where I'm going to Key West in a handful of weeks here.
Yes.
About a month. Isla Mirada in the Keys is where this happened. And I'll put it on See It Now for the visual after we go through this, but I'll describe it for you now. And this person's in their boat and they're cruising along, and in the middle of the ocean off this Florida Key, they find a whole bunch of birds in the water.
Oh my God, dude. Look at this.
And there are hundreds of them. These are vultures.
Yeah, you gotta go head first. There you go.
That's why nothing's circling them.
Yeah, there's nothing overhead. There are like hundreds of these massive vultures, and they're all in the ocean.
Don't look at me like that. I'm trying to help you.
Are they alive still?
Oh my God!
Only
I've
some
never
of them.
seen this.
Some of them are still moving.
Why
and
are they collecting them?
Get back down.
I think they're trying to save them. Yeah, they're trying to save them to be nice. Have you ever heard of that, C-Lane, or are you unfamiliar?
Nope.
This guy hates animals.
C-Lane would just ride his boat motor right over the top of the pile of vultures.
Vultures?
No, I'm told he throws squirrels into his pool just for fun.
Just to watch them drown.
Yeah.
Just flings them back. You don't like vultures?
Do you like vultures?
Something's got to eat the dead stuff.
I've had bad experience with vultures.
I know you
lived
have.
in a high rise, and they took up shop on top of our high rise, and they were on my patio and vomiting and crapping all over the place, and they were pretty annoying. But if you don't live near them, we need them, right? They're like a food chain important kind of bird. And I'm telling you, it is unbelievable to see there is just this massive spread of all of these vultures that are just floating in the ocean here. And many of them just plummeted to their death. Like the vultures were flying in the sky and then right down into the water. And I was like, what is this all about? Somebody gave a very helpful answer here. So shouts out to you, Love Tap. The Love Tap said, vultures rely heavy on rising warm air columns called thermals. They want these to soar and glide without wasting energy. When a thermal suddenly disappears or the wind shifts dramatically, the birds lose their upward lift. If this happens close to the ground or during severe weather drops, they could become grounded, disoriented, or temporarily unable to stay aloft.
You're grounded.
So all these vultures, and again, I'll put this visual up on See It Now, they were just flying along and some weird weather phenomenon happened and plummeted them right into the ground. This is the kind of thing, though, that if you saw it in the 1500s, you would go, well, curse on all of our homes.
What witchcraft has befallen us?
Yeah, you would definitely think something nefarious was happening there. The Bible had called this or, whatever. But hang on, let me get a good, there we go. It's perfect screenshot. I'll put this up on See It Now during the break. Very freak incident, but it's true, and it actually happened, and now you have the reason as to why that went down.
So if they need these vertical air columns, does that mean they just are gliding around on these vertical air columns and they just look for one that smells like death?
Yeah, probably.
We're going down this way.
I guess what it means is they don't do a lot of flapping. They're just up there because they're big-ass birds. They're
just full. They're like, oh.
Yeah.
And bloated
Vultures.
from all the death.
Vultures
that we ate.
plummet to the ocean in the almost got it in the Florida Keys. Okay, this is up over on See It Now on the newsjunkie.com. Take a look at it. It is absolutely bizarre, but very interesting. And show a friend that at some point today when you get a chance. All right, we'll get to more of your dispatches and your emails in a moment. I do want to complain about somebody, if I might. All right?
I'm right here.
It's not Josh. I like Josh. Josh is a good guy, smart dude, great hair, et cetera, et cetera. But I've found somebody who is the most annoying person in Hollywood to me right now. I don't know if you guys will agree at all. I had heard a couple of whispers about this guy, and people were like, oh, God, you have no idea. Oh, God, working with this guy. Oh, it's an absolute nightmare. Everything he does, if there was a cringe meter, it's pinned to 11. Like, this guy is the most cringe weirdo guy in Hollywood. And I said, I don't know, maybe not, maybe so. And I saw that there's now a new article. I don't know if it's from the Washington Post or Variety. Variety has this article about him. Jeremy Strong is the person I'm talking about.
Who's playing Mark Zuckerberg in the new Social Reckoning movie.
He was in Succession.
That's where people know him from, I think, is he was in Succession, the movie about like the rich family with the piano thing.
When I Google his name, this is not necessarily a great thing, I think. People probably, he might think it's a good thing.
Does it say Jeremy Strong annoying?
When I Google his name, it says overview. Jeremy Strong is an American actor and award winner known for his intense method acting style, which is a red flag.
Yeah, that usually will do it. And let me just give you a couple of tidbits here from this, okay? Jeremy Strong wrote to Mark Zuckerberg after being cast in The Social Reckoning. That's the follow-up that they're doing to The Social Network. And he's being cast as Mark Zuckerberg. And he said, I wrote to him, which is always funny because they won't ever say email or something. They'll be like, I wrote to him. So he says, I know that he is a reviled person, but I wrote to him. I'm probably going to give Sony an aneurysm. I sent him an email, at least he admitted that, just to say that I take this responsibility very seriously and the veracity of it very seriously. And I'm approaching this with respect. Brother, you're in the sequel to The Social Network. No one even really cares that this movie is coming out. Like, what are you talking about?
It's not going to be anywhere as near as exciting as the first one.
I don't think so. No, this is like what Social Media Turns Bad, Part 2. Strong says playing the Facebook CEO is, quote, the kind of role that fascinates me. It's like Sebastian Stan playing Trump. You're wearing the cape. It's like Jeremy Allen White playing Bruce Springsteen. It's like the perils of that could not be greater. To commit to it and to be free within it is a great challenge.
Didn't the Bruce Springsteen movie not do that well?
It wasn't a huge hit.
Also, both of his examples are movies that he was in.
What
a
dick. Now he finally gets to be the main weirdo character. Listen, I know that he is a reviled person and not a popular person in our culture, but I do not think you should have an actor playing him who wants to set out to condemn him, he says. It gets worse.
Can't wait till this guy gets cast to play Hitler.
I got news on that. Jeremy Strong, the same guy, talked about being in the upcoming series The Boys from Brazil. And you were talking about how he does the method acting annoying stuff.
Yeah.
Which does not make you a better actor. The greatest actors in the world don't do method acting. There's like 3 of them that do, and there's a million people who are pretend city.
There was a famous actress who's been getting a lot of work lately. I forget which one, who was asked about method acting and stuff like that. And she basically goes, if you ever notice, it's only guys that do this. Women don't need to walk around dressed as the character, talking in the accent the entire time. Nobody does this stupid stuff. It's just a dumb guy thing. I wish I would remember who. Let me see if I can find it.
She's right, though. This says Jeremy Strong spoke in a Polish accent for 7 months while method acting as a Nazi hunter for the upcoming series The Boys from Brazil.
Hello, I am Jeremy Strong.
Can you imagine? You're talking to him off set, and you're like, he passed me the mashed potatoes, and he's doing the accent the whole time.
Like when I was in Succession with Kieran Culkin, he very much liked mashed potato.
The article says, he called me 6 or 8 weeks ago, and without any introduction, he was just speaking as an Eastern European Nazi hunter, talking to me about the movie we had just made without saying, hey, listen, this is going to sound strange, but they said Strong's The Social Reckoning writer-director Aaron Sorkin says of him. This is just the kind of obnoxious, unbelievable Hollywood fart-sniffing person that, these are the people that people cringe at. Jared Leto did this. Remember when Jared Leto was playing Joker and he was sending birds to people? And...
So Hollywood Reporter has an interview with Anya Taylor-Joy, who's big right now. I've been watching her series on Apple TV, Lucky, which is nothing groundbreaking, but pretty fun. It's been a good series. And they talk about the method acting thing. And she says, if you'll notice, women don't method act because we have things to take care of. We can't completely lose our minds. I see acting as kind of a controlled psychosis in a way. You're pretending to be somebody else and having their thoughts 16 hours a day, moving with them and living in their house and in their clothes. But I'm just grateful that people in my life understand and know that. Sometimes it gets a little bit out of hand. They'll call me by the character and we're like, no, we need to check in again. But I can't imagine keeping it up all the time because you're going to work with hundreds of people. It's your responsibility to be good to them and to help them do their best job. And if you're too invested in being an asshole, then it's not going to be very fun.
True. That's 100% right. Hard agree.
Natalie Portman made a similar argument 2 years ago, calling method acting a luxury that women can't afford. It is only dudes doing this.
The thing that happens with this kind of method acting and these people who are so obsessed with like the sound of their own voice reverberating back to them, which for me to say is quite a thing. But when you have somebody like Jeremy Strong who is acting like this, what I'm impressed by is not somebody who gets in that character and stays in it for 6 months. I'm more impressed with the person that can be themselves, and then the camera clicks and somebody says action, and then they just seamlessly go into this character that they've studied and they've worked on. But they don't feel the need to be obnoxious to everybody in their life for like a year. When you're like, if you were doing the Mario movie and you were like just talking like Mario for like a year. Yeah.
If Chris Pratt did method acting for Mario, that would have been so funny.
Jim Carrey, says Bird Nerd on YouTube, did it for the Andy Kaufman movie.
Yes. And I think the
Man on the Moon.
One of the stories that Dave Chappelle tells is like the first time I met Jim Carrey, I was so excited. He was like a hero of mine as a comedy actor and stuff like that. And so somebody brought me to the set of Man on the Moon, and he just acted like Andy Kaufman the whole time, and it was a huge letdown for Dave Chappelle.
Can you imagine that? You're like, hey, man, I'm just kind of actually excited to really meet you, not this whole thing you're doing. And he's Andy Kaufman. I'm Andy Kaufman. Hey.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I didn't know what Andy Kaufman said, so I just...
Hey, I'm Andy Kaufman. I'm a comedian.
I just assumed that was how it was like, Man on the Moon, Man on the Moon. All right, quick break.
You just repeat the name of the movie.
Yeah, that's what you see. To method act, you must repeat the person's name over and over and the movie that you were appearing in. That's the way to really
the Joker, baby.
Yeah, exactly. That's the high point of it right there. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll kick off the second hour of the show. We're going to see what's going on with this solar eclipse that's starting to roll in before too long. We'll be going down during the show. We got the election that happened last night, which apparently only about 5% of you paid attention to. But don't worry, there's still some good drama up in there. And something new that a very controversial group has just purchased. What's going on? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio wants to send you on your next vacation with Bert Kreischer.
Unbelievable. Y'all, let's hear it for Brad Wallace, Realtor, with the 16 gifted subscriptions. We are just getting started. We only got the first hour in the can, and we're already over our goal for the day. We might be able to double it. I don't know. That's amazing. Thank you, Brad Wallace, Realtor. Really appreciate that. In the meantime, let's see. Did I sneak over the goal yet? Nope. Still not over that YouTube goal. YouTube growth is a slow go. If you're on YouTube and you're not a subscriber yet, do me a favor. Just hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 32,000 subscribers. Little bit at a time. Your help is enormously important. And it's free. So just hit that subscribe button over there. The most I post is like one highlight video or so a day. So I don't think it's going to annoy your YouTube feed if that's something you're worried about. And if you sign up for the alerts, you'll know when we go live. We do this show every weekday for 4 hours of the big drama, the viral news of the day. Maybe you'll have some fun with us. And on that note, if you are having any fun on YouTube, hello, I love you. Will you please hit that like button right now? If you've enjoyed anything so far, hit that like button over on YouTube. Sport Johnson has another good one. Val Kilmer as Jim Morrison. Chat, what are the other examples of people obnoxiously method acting? Val Kilmer as Jim Morrison is definitely a good one. Although, can I say, he was pretty good as Jim Morrison. Personal opinion, he was actually a good Jim Morrison. And I don't even like the Doors. Thank you, Das Hefe. Appreciate you. I'll just stay over here on Twitch. Hey, man, you do you. I'm not going to tell you where to watch. Cosidia says, Daniel Day-Lewis, he was acting like Abraham Lincoln for a year and a half. He was having people call him president. Like, actually friends and people around him call him Mr. President? Is that true? What's that for? What was that? It was that... Oh, God, this is going to be stupid. Was that Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter? Between you and me, what movie did Daniel Day-Lewis play Abraham Lincoln in? I don't know if I've seen it. I know him from Gangs of New York. Christian Bale? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Jared Leto is definitely really, really bad about that for the Joker thing. Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean? Maybe. Like, he wouldn't break from the... Well, actually, he wouldn't break from the Jack Sparrow character so much. That's literally how he talks now. That's just how Johnny Depp speaks. 2 minutes and we're back live on the show. Folks, good idea or bad idea? ICE officers are about to get a new weapon in their battle against illegal immigration in the United States. $20 million is going to be used for shock gloves for ICE officers. Good idea or bad idea, chat? Shock gloves. I never even heard of a shock glove. I have a shock potato. But shock gloves. They're going to spend between $10 and $20 million to purchase the devices known as the CTG5 glove. But it sounds like it sounds like something Bane would have his henchmen wear a little bit, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound a little Bane-ish? J-Turn, thank you for the 2 gifted subscriptions. You too can support the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Sign up for a premium subscription over there. Or if you're already a subscriber, show your support by gifting, just like JTurn09. Shock potato for disc camp? I will gladly lend it out. Arnott says these gloves sound really awesome. Kevin's behind it. Shock gloves. All I can think of is, and only some of you will connect with me on this, very particular 80s kids connection probably. All I can think of is Nintendo Power Glove. Anybody remember that? You younger viewers are going to be like, what the hell is a Nintendo Power Glove? ICE is going to have shock gloves. Let's talk about it. Here we go.
Group.com.
If you want to buy or sell quickly, call Nick Lee.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Radio 104.1. Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the News Junkie with Sean Watson.
Stand by. That's coming up in just a bit here on the show. Welcome to the world's most viral newsroom. Excited to see you here on the show with us. Learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com. They got a new tool for ICE agents. Before I get into why the internet is maybe just a bad idea altogether, we should shut down. But they got a new tool for ICE agents, and I had not even known this was a possibility. But apparently we're spending about $20 million to outfit immigration and customs enforcement agents with electrical shock gloves, which all I can picture is like Bane from the Batman world, and like all of his henchmen would have something like this.
I mean, they have to be like contact gloves, right? We're not talking like Emperor Palpatine, lightning hands.
I was picturing the Nintendo Power Glove, but I don't know how many people even know what that is that are listening to the show right now. That is very, very old, Josh. You're right. These are called, let's look them up. It's called CTG5 glove, but it's G.L.O.V.E. Generated low output voltage emitter. So is this like if the ICE officers are trying to arrest some illegal immigrant and then there's some anti-ICE Karen trying to invade their space, then they just grab her by the throat with the shock gloves and they shock the hell out of the woman trying to stop the ICE officer? And I don't know what the strategy is here, but it's going to cost a lot, $20 million for these. And it's according to a notice published by the Department of Homeland Security.
The voltage output is pretty high on this thing.
Is it? Is it more than the shock potato? Because that, on the last Secret Show, that was way more than I anticipated.
I don't know if the shock potato operates at this kind of capacity. I would have to check the schematics, maybe. I would also be curious how this compares to like a taser or that law enforcement would carry, because it says that it says low output voltage emitter. So, okay, tell me where I'm wrong here, and maybe the amperage keeps it low. Delivers 324 to 362 volts, capped strictly at a maximum of 380 volts, but operates at a maximum current of 0.7 to 1.2 amps. Now, I know that's very low on the amperage side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That doesn't mean that's all another language to me. The numbers sound high.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, what is it compared to a taser? Is it like literally a taser glove that you're wearing and you just grab them and then shock the hell out of them? Alan says, stop resisting. They have to be holding on to them to use them. True. I mean, I guess. I want to see what they look like is what I want to see. Like, is this somebody trying one of them out? No, this is a different
website.
Do they? What's the website? Can you send me the link?
Yeah, I'll send it.
Yeah, send me the link because I would love to see that. This is
and
the
ICE
story
is adding
talking
a new
about
device to their tool belt. The Department of Homeland Security says it has plans to spend millions of dollars to outfit ICE officers with electric shock gloves. That device is intended to be used as a de-escalation tool in combative situations. News Nation's Tom Dempsey joins us live from the Capitol with more on this. So, Tom, how exactly?
You also have to be careful to not shock yourself with the ICE gloves. The ICE shock gloves, I feel like you could all of a sudden hit your leg or something and end up zapping yourself, unless you have to like activate them, trigger them somehow. Maybe this guy tells us more.
Do these gloves work, and just how much is Homeland Security spending on them?
Hey, Marky, good morning from the Capitol. Well, News Nation has confirmed that the Department of Homeland Security plans to spend upwards of $20 million to buy thousands of pairs of these de-escalation devices to outfit ICE officers and agents by March of next year. To dive deeper into this, according to this DHS notice, the agency plans to buy devices known as CTG5 gloves, and that stands for Generated Low Output Voltage Emitter.
All right, so they got the gloves. You get into contact with somebody, you zap the hell out of them, but somehow it doesn't zap you. And that's going to solve all of the issues, I guess. That's going to... Why wouldn't cops use this if it was so useful? Josh, did you send that link to me?
Yeah, I sent it.
Don't show my computer for a second.
I'm reading the user manual, and it says the glove shall not be deployed for any of the following: verbal defiance or belligerence, punishment, torture, or horseplay.
Horseplay, okay. All right, so they've got some particular rules. I want to see somebody using it on somebody else, though. Here's the CTG5. Oh, perfect. This is it. This is the actual glove.
Hey, guys, it's Jeff with Compliant Technologies, and I'm excited to share with you our Generation 5 glove.
Hell yeah.
This is our latest addition to the CD3 family of technologies. We believe that it's really going light years beyond what we had before with our Generation 4.
I agree, too. The Gen 4 is garbage. If you're going to get into the shock glove market, you have to get the Gen 5. Everybody knows it. You know it, and I know it. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? You let us know. Send a dispatch or an email over to the show. Maybe you've used these before. You could tell us more.
All right, guys, this is a little close-up of the Gen 5 glove. As you can tell, it's
shock
like
somebody.
Nylon materials. Like typically the F2 had. We also have 7 sizes, 5 now. And then with the microprocessor, the G5 microprocessor, it's not an SD card. You're just going to be able to download directly from the computer.
Why? I'm downloading stuff from the computer?
So it has essentially kind of like a black box in it to record incidents of use.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Like your car would.
The shock was activated at this time and for this duration type deal.
He made a video though for his product and he doesn't even use it.
Resilient, woven.
I want you to shock somebody.
Material.
It looks like it's
printed onto a polyester.
Yeah, they're glowing.
We also have the standby mode, which is a double tap on the switch, just like a lot of the body cameras are activated. This glove is now in standby, which means it won't stimulate, but I can go ahead and double tap it.
All right, now it's on.
I'm now back in regular mode, doing my tap test. I can tell you that this glove is ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and roll. Yeah. He activated and he rubbed his arm, but it didn't seem to do that much. However, C-Line said the numbers seemed like it was pretty strong.
So the numbers are confusing to people who don't know about electricity.
Me included.
Because I Googled police taser strength, and that could be in the thousands of volts.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all low amperage. It's the amperage that can get you.
Okay. All right. And this is high amperage?
Yeah. Okay. I also clicked explain like I'm 5.
Yeah.
Why does a 50,000 volt taser hurt, but a 110 volt socket can kill? Volts are a measurement of how badly electricity wants to move, but air resists the movement of electricity quite well. So sending a spark across the air requires a lot of volts. That's why tasers can be up in the tens of thousands of volts. Even a carpet spark, like from static electricity. Yes, because it's going through the air. The amperage is the measurement of how much electricity is flowing. That's what actually kills you, but there's no danger if the electricity can't flow in the first place.
Okay, this is a test, I think, of them actually using it.
Control without hurting him or getting hurt myself.
All right, he's got the electric gloves on.
This glove,
looks like
pressure switch comes on.
It does.
1 second on, takes 3 to 4 seconds to turn off. That way it doesn't accidentally turn off if we start resting.
All right, the guy who is shocking is way bigger than him, so we'll be able to see if these things are effective or not. Ice is going to be getting these. He's tall, he's skinny, but he's a taller dude who they're going to try these out on. And Ice is going to be getting these to the tune of $20 million of taxpayer dollars for these shock gloves to help them out in these different apprehension situations they're in. So I want to know if you guys think this is good or bad, but we're trying to see how they work.
On the ground. As you can see,
shock them.
This doesn't go through clothing, doesn't go through hair. If I had to get away from Wyatt and go to my weapon, I can use my weapon. I'm not going to shock myself. I can use anything on my belt. If Wyatt was being a good guy and I was going to cuff Wyatt, he could touch these cuffs and see it's not going to hurt him. Nothing transfers through metal. Nothing. It only works on skin. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use one glove and 0 tactics. Okay. So you can see how simple this works.
This guy, come on, calm down a little bit. He's now taking off one of the gloves to do a demo with. Yeah,
0 tactics.
I'll do this with one shock glove behind my back.
I'm just going to back you up here, Wyatt, for a second.
Shock him.
I'm going to hold on to Wyatt's skin here so you can see that it won't transfer to me. Nothing happens to me. It's only going to happen where I make contact with him. If I had a partner on the other side, it wouldn't affect them. All right? So
Shock him.
Back here, and I'm working with Wyatt. And he started to struggle with me. I was saying,
he didn't say it all the way.
He kind of said it.
He said,
close enough.
Holy shit.
He said it as much as that traffic reporter did.
So it put him down, but then I also don't know, are they acting here? Is he like overdoing it so they can sell the product? Because he hit the ground pretty fast when he hit him with the shock glove. And like, it's interesting that it doesn't like shock you if you're holding his arm or anything. He just wrapped his fingers around and activated it and shocked the big guy to the ground. They need to get this for some law enforcement. Like I keep seeing these videos of female police officers and they're trying to arrest somebody who's like a male who's way bigger than them, and they're outgunned and outmaneuvered and outsized. I think they need to do this with cops. Maybe if they had those, like if they had some shock gloves, they'd be able to take some of the bigger people down.
It probably feels like a TENS unit where it just contracts your muscle really fast and doesn't send like a super big current through you.
Like it does the involuntary movements kind of thing.
Like how the shock potato caused your hand to like throw it immediately.
Yeah. It tense up and then you kind of lose control a little bit. Oh, here's somebody who's tried something like this out before. Ball Death Dealer sends a dispatch. Let's see.
Hey, News Junkie. So I've used shock knives for training, and those run in like the thousands of volts, but it's at very low amperage. So I would imagine those gloves are just like pain compliance or something like that. Anyways, later.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Somebody says I'll do it on secret shows. I don't know how bad this hurts or doesn't hurt. I wouldn't want to volunteer myself for it, but will the ICE officers benefit from it? Should they have it? Is it worth $20 million? Is it better than them shooting people? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. So let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. You could also email the show. It's easy to do. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody says, are these like the Superman, Batman gloves that you see in cartoons? I mean, I don't know. I've never tried them before, but I know without a shadow of a doubt that guy hit the ground pretty quickly. Another email coming in from Christopher, who says, hello, Sean, C-Lane, and Josh. I really enjoyed this show and appreciate the work that goes into producing an entertaining show every day. That said, I think if global recognition is the goal of the show, I think you may need to take a chance to open yourselves up more like Howard Stern did. Global Howard Stern recognition. In fact, perhaps a recreation of this event would be an idea. I don't care. Enjoy, he says. What's the video even up? I'm not going to. Oh, it's some sort of spam link. It says our systems have detected unusual traffic. I don't know what that is, sir. Don't send me a bunch of nonsense like that again, please, or I'll block you. Sean says, Steve, 2 tips at thenewsjunkie.com. I don't know if you've been following the latest drama about Buc-ee's and them suing about every business that has an animal mascot for copyright infringement. They're suing a store in Beaver Creek, Ohio, who, of course, has a beaver as their mascot, and the whole town of Beaver Creek is trolling Buc-ee's in a great way. John Oliver did a piece on it on his show. Thanks. Love the show. Steve, yeah, I talked about that a little bit yesterday. There's another company, a local company here to where we're broadcasting out of in Orlando, that got shut down because they were making shirts. Did you guys see this? Oh, man, hang on. Let me see if I can see it here. They went after these shirts that a Winter Park Oddities shop was selling. And the shirts have the Buc-ee's mascot, but with like a nose ring, an anarchy hat, and 666 on the side of his face.
So
and
like face
tattoos. Yeah. It was a face tattoos. And then they had like another version where he was like a demon.
Krampus.
A Krampus thing. And they told them immediately to shut this down, and they couldn't sell that anymore because it was a knockoff of the Buc-ee's logo. So, yeah, they have to destroy all items and materials bearing the marks and removed related postings or ads. They have to file a sworn compliance report within 30 days. They have to cover their own court fees, and violations can trigger additional enforcement. Buc-ee's is going hard, man.
Yeah, the John Oliver piece was really good. It went to that Beaver Creek, Oregon or Ohio. Do you remember what the guy said?
Beaver Creek, Oregon, I believe.
And it was like some convenience store called like Beaver's Convenience Store, and it had a beaver on it that did not really look like Buc-ee. But they were like, oh, it could cause brand confusion, and it's like, no. They went over like the size of a Buc-ee's compared to the size of this convenience store, which you could literally fit multiple of the convenience store inside one Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's has like hundreds of gas pumps. This one has 0 gas pumps. It's just really stupid.
And nobody's going to confuse this Winter Park Oddities shop with a Buc-ee's.
This is just Buc-ee's not liking their logo being, being kind of tarnished. But I would argue that falls under parody law, but maybe they're trying to bully people into not suing for sending out these notices. John Oliver himself, their company, has a whole store of knockoff Buc-ee stuff in the name of parody called Buck Off. And it's like their own mascot, but kind of looks like Buc-ee's, but kind of doesn't. And the argument there was, hey, a large portion of the proceeds for everything sold to Buck Off is to feed hungry children. So not only if you sue us for this, not only could you lose because this is covered under parody law, but you're actively trying to take food out of children's mouths.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but they'll still do it. I mean, it feels like they just hired some new legal team people, and they said, we're going to go after everybody who's taking your brand and doing this. People are saying Beaver Creek, Ohio. Did I say Ohio or did I say Oregon? Yeah. I don't know. Ohio. I guess Ohio is the place where the Beavers company or whatever was. And then there's a Beaver Creek, Colorado. It looks like there's many Beaver Creeks out there. Many Beaver Creeks out there. But
Bucky should have thought about that before making the old beaver their mascot.
True. Yeah, but they're going after everybody who gets even close to their logo. We still see this popping off out there a bit. When we come back, I didn't get to the story about how the internet was possibly a mistake. I want to talk about that. I want to get to somebody who released a video and they just wanted to tell the entire world that they failed. I'll play that for you. We got the election results, some more flock camera chaos, WNBA drama. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio.
Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. How are you? YouTube. Hit that like button. Hey, who is our last dono there? Let me give him a shout out. And we'll hit you all up after the show, of course. So far, we got Tom, Brad Wallace Realtor, not Realtor, Jay Turn, and Jan Pin. Let me get you up on the board. Jan Pin with 5. So that's Tom with 10, Brad Wallace Realtor with 16. Why can't I say that? Brad Wallace Realtor, there you go, with 16. Jay Turn with 2, Jan Pin with 5. That puts us at 33. We could double the damn goal today. Holy bleep. Holy bleep and bleep. The Wheelter. He's a Wheelter. Shouts out to J-Turn. Especially putting social media platforms in the hands of sociopath tech bros. Oh, man, hard disagree. Thank God Elon Musk bought Twitter. That was a tide turner, man. There was a point in time there where it was like really a clampdown of opinions on social media was really starting to get a foothold. And as I have a lot of problems with Elon, I think his politics are crazy. I think he is like one of the worst communicators I've heard when he tries to speak about things extemporaneously in long form conversations. But I'm super glad he bought Twitter because I think social media, if it's going to exist out there, people should be able to have whatever opinions that they want. Opinions should not be illegal. That doesn't mean that there aren't crimes. Like some stuff that you post online will be a crime. Like a threat, harassment, child sexual content. All that stuff will be a crime and that should be enforced. But just because you don't like somebody's opinion doesn't mean that it should be stamped out. Yeah, I think that was good, personally. I think it was a good move. I don't know if he's made any money off of that. I think basically what he did was cut the Twitter staff down so much because Twitter was just bleeding money and wasting money on all these staff that weren't doing a damn thing. But I think where the money is now coming from is the XAI stuff, the Grok stuff, which, I mean, it continues to amaze me. Now there's a new app, we'll talk about it later today, that Grok just released. It's an application you can have on your computer, and it's Grok and Cursor together. And basically you say, I want you to do this with my email. I want you to do this. If you have a job to do on your computer all day long, you could just tell the agent, hey, I need to do this. Here's my job for the day. And the agent will do it. It'll send emails. It'll respond to people. It can respond to phone calls. It can text people, or it could do all the things that you're doing if you work from your computer. Crazy. Thank you, Tanya, with the 2 gifted subs. Thanks for the support, Tanya. Can we get back to the big hairy beavers? What do you guys think? Let me ask you about this, because I have a particular thought on this. Is it a good look or a bad look for Buc-ee's to be chasing down all of these smaller companies that are like copyright infringement violations? Do you think it makes Buc-ee's look bad, or is it good? Because my thoughts on something like this are, if you're a big successful corporation like Buc-ee's, it's not a good look to start going after like mom and pop shops who are making shirts that are like fun. I would actually view it, if I was Buc-ee's, as promotion for my brand. Like, they're just taking your thing and warping it a little bit. And yes, when people look at it, they think it's the Buc-ee's beaver, but they don't think it's the official one. It's just kind of more promotion. Disney does it too. That's true. I've heard that. I think it's a bad look, personally. John says it makes him look like a bully. Yeah. Looks cringe, right? Yeah. Like, why? You're not printing enough money? You have 8 billion gas pumps at one station. 90 seconds and we're coming back. Bad look, bad. It's horrible and it makes Buc-ee's look like a douche. Especially since some businesses have gone out, they've gone after were there way before Buc-ee's. Right. Like, if you're going after somebody who's using a beaver mascot and they were using the beaver mascot before you copyrighted it, that's a real bad look. Zephyrus says it's only good if it's legit. That Oddities shop shirt is an obvious ripoff. I mean, here's the thing. Do you think that there would be an actual store out there that would be selling something that was supposed to be passed off as legit Buc-ee's merchandise? Probably not, right? This is not bootleg merch outside of a concert. It just doesn't feel like a big enough problem to cause yourself all that drama. Come on, Buc-ee's. All right, here we go. Stand by. Show returns in 20 seconds.
Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Pull up a chair to At the Table, the food allergy podcast. Each episode, we'll explore how food allergies shape the way we travel, date, celebrate, and connect. Because living with food allergies isn't just about what you can't eat. It's about still having your seat at the table. Brought to you by Genentech and Novartis. Listen to At the Table, the food allergy podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow At the Table and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Us in the world's most viral newsroom. Up to 35 subscriptions today. We'll give a shout out to everybody who has gifted to support the show. Thank you for that. Already beating our goal for the day. You can click the gift icon over on thenewsjunkie.com or just subscribe to support. I want to share a story with you about why I think the internet is a disaster in just a second here. But before that, I thought this video was actually kind of great. Some people were saying it's cringe. Why would you post this? But it's got a lot of views this month. And actually, this week in particular, this video has 2.3 million views all over different social media platforms.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
There was an idea in posting this that it was embarrassing or something. Like, this is from an account called Documenting Libs. So I guess they're like trying to show it as embarrassing. But this younger guy posted this. I'll play it for you. And then you guys tell me if you think this was a good message or a bad message from this young guy. He basically is saying he failed. And here he is.
I have all of my earthly possessions in the car with me because I failed. I moved outside of Philadelphia 9 months ago to help my friends start a business, and it didn't go how we thought it would. So I'm sitting here with all my stuff, ready to move 6 hours back to Virginia, unemployed, back in my parents' house. I've been telling myself I'm going to make content for like over a year now, and why not now, at a low point, to admit that I failed.
Okay.
And to let other people know that it's okay to fail, and that's like the point of life, to fail.
True.
So screw it.
All right, so he posts this video. And he says, I failed. He's in his car. All his crap, his clothes, his everything else is behind him. He had this dream to start up a business with his friends in Philadelphia. It didn't pan out. I don't know what's cringe about that, though. Like, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to hide your failures?
I'm not cringing. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. I don't think the point in life is to fail. I think the point's to keep trying if you do fail.
Learning from your failures is an important thing, though. I think we would all agree. Like, the things that I know in life, the things that I'm the best at, are almost all a result of many, many failures along the way. You screw things up and you try to make yourself more bulletproof for the next time around. And one of the reasons why I'm able to have some level of success is on the backs of all the failures that I had along the way. And I think it's important not to feel ashamed when you swing and you miss. It's kind of important that you took a swing to begin with. And somebody's like, thanks for the life lesson, Junior. Well, I mean, it kind of is a useful thing. I think it's a good message. I think it's fine. And I don't understand anybody kind of cringing at that. He's just telling his story.
What's the documenting libs part of it? There's nothing political at all in that video.
No, in fact, you might even say this is more conservative values of trying your best and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and starting a company and then tucking your tail behind your legs, I guess, when things don't go well.
That's the way it goes.
This guy is going to go back, live with his parents for a little while, and try it all over again. The thing I would cringe at is the person who never gives it a shot. The person who never really tries to get anything big done. If you want to sit at the end of your life and say that was cool, I'm glad that I tried all those things, and I'm glad that I had the opportunities that I had, and I'm happy with my experience in this game called life. You could do it in ways where you're like, hey, my life was very low stress. I just took a reliable job and I kept it the whole time and saved all my money. I didn't buy anything extravagant, but I never failed. I mean, I think this is totally a great message for kids, actually. Give it a shot, man, especially when you're young. Now, if he was 65 years old and he's got the car packed up with his stuff and he's going to live with his parents.
These are all my things.
Parents are still alive when he's 65. That's a blessing.
If we fast forward to him with his incredibly elderly parents and he's like, guys, I know I've done about 10 videos like this, but I failed again. Just unbelievable.
I think when you're 65, you don't live with your parents. Your parents live with you.
Usually, unless things have gone quite wrong, which, that can be the case. I thought it was a good message, though. I didn't have any problem with it. Let us know what you think about that. Everybody falls down every once in a while. It's how you recover from it. But I did want to bring up this because it makes me lose a little faith in the internet. So let me give you a little side story before we get into your feedback. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com with your emails, or record your dispatches over on thenewsjunkie.com. This one will be something that you guys have a thought on, I think, for sure. But this was a bar patron, and this person was at a bar in Australia, and they were caught on security cameras grabbing one of those drink mats. I think this is the details here on what happened. But people were backing the person who was stealing this thing up. Here it is. This is just the security footage, I think, maybe? All right, yeah. This is just the security footage. You see the guy, he's at the bar. There's a Guinness drinking mat on the bar, as you find in a lot of these places. And he waits till they turn around, and he steals it. So it's like a thing you would put somebody's finished drinks on at a bar,
right?
Little rubber mat thing, and the guy waits till they're distracted, and he steals the Guinness mat from this particular bar in Australia. Now, I'll tell you why this is coming up in the news in a second.
As a joke shot that my bartender friend used to pour for people, I think he gave it to homeless people sometimes too. The New Jersey Turnpike is if you empty that Guinness mat into a shot glass and make somebody drink it.
You wring out the rubber mat that catches all the extras
Free
from the
booze.
spill. That's disgusting. So here's what happened in this case. It says an Australian Hotels Post was calling out this pub goer who stole a Guinness beer mat from their bar, and it went viral this week. The Irish Club Hotel in Queensland shared the footage of a man at the hotel bar using his thumb to make sure it wasn't stuck before removing it and slinking out while the bartender's back was turned. The hotel's Instagram post, which garnered over 500,000 likes in 24 hours, had a tongue-in-cheek response that referenced Warner Brothers' anti-piracy campaign for the 2000s. You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a handbag. Stealing our only Guinness bar mat, it's a crime, they said. How will people know we sell Guinness? Many Instagram users, here's the kicker, ready? Many Instagram users, believe it or not, took the man's side, the guy who stole the bar mat, with some of them joking if this cost more than $10 or $15, then stealing it was not the problem. The prices at the bar were.
Are you kidding me?
And somebody said, effing class, pure class. Not many can pull that off.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, they're like, look, these are cheap. It only costs $10 to $20 for you to get one of these. Why are you posting that this guy stole this online? Which, whenever I hear those takes, I'm like, what a weird view on things.
This was the same response that bar in Cocoa Beach got when somebody stole their Moscow Mule cups that they were using to give the bar patrons the darts when they wanted to play darts. And they posted video of the people stealing the darts or stealing the cup. I think they returned the darts or just left them. But they stole the Moscow Mule cup. And then people were like, how dare you post this video? Like, screw you. It's still stealing. I don't care.
Stealing.
I don't care if you paid $0 for the Moscow Mule cup. You're still taking something that's not yours.
But because stuff is so expensive now, which I get it, it is. Like, it sucks. Stuff is expensive. It's expensive to go to bars and to buy stuff out there. But to say, well, because things are expensive, this bar deserves to get their stuff taken from them? That's ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense at all. But let us know how you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, quick break. When we come back, boy, we're flying through it today. We're already at the hot sheet. We haven't even talked about the election results from last night and what those mean. I got another Flock Cameras update. Got a story about a blob that we have to talk about. That's just the beginning of what we have set up. The hot sheet is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Stand by, folks. Stand by. Sko Mike underway in a moment. First, a live read from Mills Air, the greatest you've ever heard. To make up for it, I'll give you an exclusive story. All right, here we go. Live read, and then we're going back to the Sko Mike action.
Today, so not much rain relief. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 270 hours of training, that's what their techs go through. Best not trust your engine with just any buckaroo. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Folks, I want to tell you about my favorite company, Mills Air. They are great. They will keep you nice and cool and comfortable. We all know the joy of having a nice night's sleep in your air conditioner working absolutely perfectly. We don't want to wake up with the nightmare of not having your air conditioner work right now at this very moment. That's why we're all glad that we have Mills Air. What? Middle finger? That's why we have Mills Air to help us out in moments like this. If your air conditioner is on the fritz, like Sealand's perhaps is, I want to let you know that you don't have to panic. There's a company you can trust. There's a company that will be fair and honest. It's Mills Air. And they're a factory authorized dealer by the Carrier Corporation, which means they can get you huge rebates, well over $1,200 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. How about that? It's family owned and operated, locally owned and operated, Mills Air. 407-277-1159. 407-277-1159.
And we're back. I needed content, man. I needed some content. There's a new social media challenge that is underway. And apparently this is happening in Spain, where the eclipse will be happening in what, 20 minutes or something? We're going to go to it live at the top of the hour. The eclipse is going to be happening at about 1 o'clock. So we'll see what's going on, see what it looks like over there in Spain. But the Brown Challenge is causing pandemonium in Spain. Spain has a rash of pools that have been closed because of this. According to Spanish media, participants in the viral trend deliberately defecate in public swimming pools and post the footage on social media. After such performances, the pools have to be shut down for several days in many cases, and in some cases, they have to drain the pool water. The Brown Challenge in Spain, the young social media kids, they dive into the pool. They, number 2 in the pool, they film it floating to the surface. They score it, and then they run away from the pool, shutting down the pool for all of the folks trying to use it. Unbelievable. What should the punishment be? Chat, you get arrested for this. What should the punishment be if you get arrested for the Brown Challenge in somebody's pool? Oh my God, that's disgusting? Yes. Yeah. How is this beneficial for anybody? Content. Content. You should make them eat it? Whoa. 2 people said make them eat it? Yikes. Hello? Hi. How are you? What are you doing? You haven't gone to Costco yet?
I'm not going to go.
You're not going?
I don't need to go.
Oh, okay. Somebody did say that the sticky rice was on sale at Costco. Okay, I just want to let you know. Is it hot out there? Well, some of us would like to go walking, but their foots hurt. Have you even offered to rub my foot?
No.
Why not?
I mean, I will.
As long as we've been together, how many times have you rubbed my feet?
You never asked me to.
I have to ask you?
If I went and grabbed your foot and started massaging it, you would kick it away.
Probably not.
Yeah. You
I would rub your feet all the time if you wanted me to.
I don't need you to.
I know, that's the point. But you think just because you don't want any foot rubs that there's not even the opportunity that I might want some?
Last time you gave me a massage.
I'll give you a massage whenever. You want a massage right now?
I'm sweaty.
Perfect. Lubed up and ready to go. I'll give you a deep tissue massage. Okay, welcome back. Be safe, please. Bye for now. Bye for now. 90 seconds and we're back with a hot sheet. Cheryl pushing that vegetable fried rice. We're at 35. 35 today. Our goal was 25. We are doing it, folks. They said we couldn't do it, but we're doing it. All those gifters, I'm going to give you a big fat thank you, a smushy thank you, coming up on the show. And if you're not a subscriber, you can add to the total just by subscribing. YouTubers, we're coming back. If you've liked even a moment of the show so far, hit that like button. Let's get those numbers up, baby. More Rate My Blank dispatches rolling in. I see you, Riley. I see you, Riley. I don't see you good enough. But I see you, Riley. All right, here we go. We're coming back right now. Stand by.
System may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the news.
Sheet is on the way. We still haven't gotten into the election results and the drama from that. One of the candidates freaking out. We still got to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. The solar eclipse is happening in a matter of minutes. I swear to God, it's happening. And we're going to tune in. We got a couple of streams of this so we could see what we're missing out on. I think it's the biggest over like Spain, right around there. And that's what we'll see. We'll see what's going on. We'll tune into it. You can hang out with us over on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Right now, let's do the hot sheet.
Check the hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. The top 5 stories in the nonsense news brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don and ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And CBS, it seems, would really like to win an Emmy for the show that they've canceled this year. They're putting their push behind the Late Show with Stephen Colbert's potential Emmy win. We announced earlier this year that when they dropped the Emmy nominations, I think the Late Show had like 7 or something. It had a pretty big number of nominations for the Emmys. And now CBS has posted an FYC video, or for your consideration, on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert's YouTube channel, which I'm guessing they just still kind of control and maybe raking some bucks from.
Wow, that's not even his, I guess, huh? All right.
I guess not. It featured many clips of Colbert's fellow late night hosts and Emmy rivals, including Kimmel, John Oliver, Jon Stewart, Dave Letterman, Seth Meyers, Fallon, and Andy Cohen, but it made clear that they want another Emmy in the Outstanding Variety Series category. The Late Show's competing against all the rest of them, Jimmy Kimmel, The Daily Show, Oliver, and SNL in the main late night category after the Outstanding Talk Series and Outstanding Scripted Variety Series categories were like merged together.
Mm-hmm.
But the canceled CBS talker landed, I'm wrong, 9 Emmy nominations this year.
Whoa.
Other nods included writing, directing, music direction, picture editing, sound mixing, lighting design, camera work, and production design. It's just a kind of a weird move to cancel the show and then go, hey, this is for your consideration.
Well, like, I get what's happening here. It's a protest vote. People are like saying, you did such a great job. And because this show's been canceled. And it's sort of also a shot probably at the Trump administration in some way that Hollywood's doing. But CBS is the one that made the move to do this because they said the show is too expensive. And then they kick them all out. But then them saying, hey, that show that we wanted to get rid of, we really think you should give it a bunch of awards is pretty weird. A little bit strange.
I wonder if you would think twice about voting for it because, like, well, we did want to give Stephen Colbert the Emmys as the protest move, but now it seems like CBS wants that, and we don't want to align with CBS. I don't know how they're going to vote, but I think Jimmy Kimmel took out a billboard or something that said I'm voting for Steven or something like that.
All right.
Those guys all seem to really like each other. I don't know if it would be better for them if they all hated each other. Like, I don't think Dave Letterman and Jay Leno would be doing podcasts together.
Oh, hell no. No, there's no war like that between the current crop of the late night people, I don't think.
This show right here is losing an important member of their staff. Come on.
Saturday
Night Live. Longtime SNL music booker Brian Sidlecki is departing from the show. Multiple sources tell The Hollywood Reporter as the program elected not to renew his contract. The guy's been with SNL nearly 30 years. He started as an intern in 1996 and helped maintain the show's status as one of the most coveted music bookings in entertainment. You know, like when you're trying to make it out there in the music world, getting SNL is a huge get.
Yeah.
And but they just said, like, no, we're not going to renew his contract.
He's pretty good though, because he does, as you know and I know, like sometimes they'll book artists before they become big stars.
I didn't know. I don't think we'd ever heard of Noah Kahan. I still don't know how to say his name. Noah K. We still didn't know much about him when he did SNL, and I heard Stick Season for the first time, and I was like,
and now he's huge.
Oh, massive.
Yeah.
So big that people are pooping themselves just to stay in a good spot at his shows.
Yeah, they do that for us too.
Across his tenure, Sidlecki helped book countless superstars for the show. His very first booking was Nelly Furtado in 2001 when I'm Like a Bird first hit the airwaves.
Oh, yeah, banger.
They did a wide range of stars from legacy icons like Paul McCartney and Bruce Springsteen to Sabrina Carpenter, Chappelle Roan, and Olivia Rodrigo. They have two other people who are booking there. I don't know how many people it takes to book shows like this when they only happen once a week, but
yeah,
it seems like they
what a gig.
Cut the fat a little bit. Universal Studios is going, hey, we've heard your complaints. We're listening, and we're going to do something about it. Their neighbors in LA are not too fond of this new a roller coaster that they're building, the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift.
Yeah,
and
right.
In my opinion, they're being a little dramatic about it. Universal Studios Hollywood is set to install 2 additional sound barriers around its newest outdoor coaster following noise complaints from nearby residents. When they first started testing it, they're like, this is not that bad. It's pretty quiet. And then they started putting people on it. And resident Patrick Nazari told the LA Times that screams sounded like someone is getting murdered out there.
Shut up, nerd.
Have you never heard a roller coaster before? Like, you don't have to be this extreme. You could just say, hey, it's loud and I don't like this thing invading my silence. But to say that it sounds like somebody's getting murdered when people are screaming on a roller coaster, unless somebody was getting murdered on the roller coaster, like, I just don't think that's the case. Los Angeles City Council member Adrian Nazarian's office announced the park's update on social media. The statement indicated the recent testing met official sound requirements, but the park elected to add extra barriers anyway to further reduce the noise levels. They already had sound walls, scream shields.
Yeah. And I'm looking. Look. Here's the ride. I was going to play this to see what it sounded like. Look at the walls up by it.
Yeah. I mean, they had similar ones around the back of Islands of Adventure when Dueling Dragons was around. Like, they dealt with stuff like this before. They even put an...
Oh, it smells like murder. Sounds like it, too.
I mean, it's not that bad.
It wasn't even that loud.
Looks kind of fun.
They incorporated the sound walls that you just saw there, scream shields, and inside the coaster tracks, they put pea gravel to dampen the sound. Pea gravel, PEA,
pea-shaped gravel,
pea gravel.
Okay.
Or they just line up. Whoever has to go.
I thought that was a testament to how scary the roller coaster was.
Yeah, it's to catch all the pee.
Yeah.
It dampens the sound before testing. They said the machinery runs quietly, but the noise was problematic once they started putting people on it. Another definitely not being over dramatic resident told KTLA the constant shouting sounded like a horror film going on. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Just say you don't like the noise. It's fine. You don't have to be dramatic about it.
True.
Perez Hilton's mom has filed for temporary custody of his 3 minor children, according to TMZ. Teresita Lavandiera is asking to seal the records. In her filing, she says the children in this case should not be subjected to any further trauma related to the incidents that are the basis of the petition. And apparently Perez is on board with it. They got the consent form he signed to hand over the temporary custodial rights over his kids, including consent to allow her to make all necessary and reasonable medical and dental care decisions for the children. So it seems like they're going to put them in, get them out of harm's way and put them in a place where they're going to be well cared for.
She did such a good job with him.
True.
You're not wrong. And last but not least,
let's just all agree that the guy who sliced and diced himself and possibly cut off his genitals probably shouldn't have full custody of his kids for a little while.
I agree.
Do we still know if he's got genitals or not?
We don't know.
Was that part of the allegation?
I heard things, but I don't know.
Where did you hear them? You got like a line on Perez Hilton's genitals?
Yeah.
Deep web. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here, folks. From Sean's mouth to your ears.
Yep.
Guy might not have any genitals. And last but not least, in the hot sheet today, John Hinckley Jr. is still sending his love to Jodie Foster. 45 years after he attempted to assassinate Ronald Reagan.
Bang him. At this point, she should just have sex with John Hinckley Jr. I think maybe that's the best way to make this go.
What if she did and it was a total letdown? A total.
Or what if he rocked her world after all these years?
Tried to kill the president for this. That was a mistake.
It was so wrong.
According to a preview for an upcoming interview on the Mark Joseph Show obtained by Entertainment Weekly, Hinckley Jr. says, "I wish Jodie Foster well, I don't really see her movies, but I wish her well." I mean, you didn't get out of prison and go on a tear or go on like a little marathon of Jodie Foster movies? I wish her well, and I know she's doing quite well, and that's all I can say is just, I wish Jodie well. I hope she has a good life. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right, Sean. Maybe she should just...
It's a bold move.
Seal the deal. But, yeah, John Hinckley Jr. still getting attention and still talking about Jodie Foster. I think he said he wanted to impress her to kill the president, but also because he at one point he said he did it because he thought she had turned lesbian or something like that. He thought she was a lesbian. That's how you switch them. So he needs, that's how you do.
It takes one presidential assassination to undo that. Yeah, that's what it is.
If you have a mortgage rate with a 7 or 8 in front of it, it's time to check into a refi, and it's time to call our friend, That Mortgage Guy Don. That Mortgage Guy Don wants to help you save money. He's a local small business owner, and he has got your best interest and your wallet in mind when he's trying to find you a good mortgage. So if you already have a quote, make sure you go to his website, That Mortgage Guy Don. Take a picture of that quote. It's so easy to do. You can even do it with your phone, and he'll tell you if you're leaving money on the table. Hit him up today at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thank you, C-Lane. When we come back, we're going to stare into the solar eclipse. Also, the story that I thought for sure was going to be in the hot sheet. I'll give this to you. I thought for sure this was going to be in it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
There's a crash off to the shoulder on I.
Hello, everybody. Get your solar eclipse glasses on. Get them on. Okay, everybody. TNJ Bot doesn't have the latest info about Perez Hilton, it would seem. Seems that it's still talking about when he had some sepsis issues. From what I heard, and I'm not a professional, let's see, let's get a little AI assist on this. I heard that if you have sepsis like Perez Hilton did, one of the symptoms is like levels of psychosis afterwards. Now, I'm not a medical professional, but I believe sepsis is like your internal organs are kind of leaking into each other and your body is like in a stage of rotting. But I've heard if you have sepsis, which I might be wrong about what that means, correct me if I am. If you have sepsis and you survive it, it can cause to like major psychological issues. Let's see, let's verify. Let me ask my friend. Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, What's on your mind?
You don't like me anymore or what? You just sound kind of weird.
No, nothing like that. I'm here, same as usual, just keeping pace with you. If something feels off, tell me.
All right. I will. Can you do me a big favor? This would mean the world to me if you did this. Can you make the sound for me that a cow makes?
Moo.
Louder.
Moo.
Louder.
Moo.
Louder. Louder. Thank you. Now that that's done, let's get down to the serious business here. If somebody has sepsis, is it possible that it causes some sort of like psychosis afterwards? I've heard that that's a concern. After you get sepsis, you could have like psychological breaks.
One moment, checking. Yes, that's possible. Yes. Sepsis can trigger brain inflammation and delirium during the illness. And some people do have lingering cognitive or psychiatric symptoms afterwards. Persistent psychosis is rare, but it's been reported. More commonly, people experience memory, attention, or mood issues. If this is happening to someone, it's really important they talk to a doctor soon because some causes are treatable.
True.
Do you mean during recovery or much later?
Sometimes later, a little bit later, like a couple weeks later.
Yeah, that timing can fit. Weeks after sepsis, new psychotic-like symptoms.
I get it, dude. I get it. But it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Okay. You didn't even say happy birthday or anything.
Happy birthday. I really didn't know. I'm glad you told me.
Can you do me for my birthday? Can you do me a favor? Yeah. Can you make the sound of an elephant?
Sure. Ba-da-ba.
That was an elephant?
That was my elephant. A little playful trumpet.
Do a better elephant, a more realistic one.
All right, here we go.
Louder. Louder. The loudest you can do it. Thank you, buddy. Have fun living in my phone, loser. 1 minute and we're back live. 1 minute. You see, we learned a little something during the commercial break, didn't we? Tell him to do his best Sean Watson impression. Would it do that? Is that possible? Let's see. Hey, buddy, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Can you do your best impression? Can you do your best impression of me?
Oh, I can try. But I'd rather not put words in your mouth. I could do a playful vibe if you want.
Yeah, do your best impression of me.
All right, Okay, here we go. I'll try. Kind of quick and direct, jumping from idea to idea. All right, let's run it, but keep it tight. How's that?
Terrible. Like legitimately one of the worst things I've ever heard.
Fair.
I gotta go. Terrible. We're coming back.
And are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. If you're not confused, you are not paying attention. This is the news.
We'll tell you what's going down, and we'll give you all the details around this. It's apparently happening right now. We'll take a look at that in just a moment here on the show. You can watch what's happening in the studio, a full-on production just waiting for you over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. In fact, there's not even any real commercial breaks if you watch on YouTube. It just keeps going. The content just keeps flowing. If you've never seen it before, make today the day you check it out over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. I told you there was a story that I thought would be on the hot sheet that wasn't. And C-Line's like, what story was it? What's it? Just tell me. Tell me during the break. I said, no. You have no guesses? You have no idea what this might be that I thought was going to be on the hot sheet?
Did you tease it earlier?
I don't think so. No, let me look. No.
Well, then I don't know.
You talked on Monday about Brad Pitt ending his sobriety.
Oh, there's another one about this?
And then on Tuesday, you gave an update on Brad Pitt ending his sobriety and going back to drinking. And now, this is my favorite update on a story. I did not think this would span 3 days, but the latest update is Conor McGregor is saying that Brad Pitt inspired him to drink again, too. And he's now off the wagon. So Brad Pitt stopped drinking, or started drinking, rather. He started drinking. And then he said, like, well, this is kind of settling in for me. I'm trying to see how this goes. I'm back to drinking again. And now Conor McGregor is also drinking. I've decided to have a few pints of the world's creamiest stout in support of my fellow actor Brad Pitt. Take it easy, he says. So he's giving up his sobriety, too. So it's sort of just
it's so hard to convince an Irishman to drink.
Yeah, true. Yeah, especially Conor McGregor, right? Yeah, so they're all starting to drink again. They're all coming back on board.
Maybe it's a new trend. We're calling it Suck It Sobriety Summer.
You could be. Welcome to Suck It Sobriety Summer, everybody. I already found out that, remember all the stories we did over the years that said Gen Z was so much less likely to drink? They weren't drinking alcohol.
I thought that was because they were like vaping weed, right?
Yeah, they were. Or they just didn't want to drink as much as the binge drinking generations before them. But now that's changed. That now Gen Z is drinking just as much as Gen X and millennials, and they're hopping into the alcohol.
We're so back.
That's right. It's happening, baby. The Gen Zers are back to drinking. The Conor McGregors are back to drinking.
Though I don't know if you're Brad Pitt. Do you want Conor McGregor to be drinking in solidarity with you, or is he still kind of is the comment section on that story full of grape emojis?
Probably, yeah. I don't know enough about the whole Conor McGregor thing, but he seems like he's got some problems. There seems to be
graping.
some allegations against him that don't look good for him in the slightest.
I think the whole point with the Fallon thing and all that blowback was that it wasn't just allegations. Like, I think he was sued civilly in court and was found responsible.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. He was so in a civil court he was found responsible.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I also am trying to take a look. Oh, we got 6 minutes until the total solar eclipse. That's not a live stream, though. This is just like NASA has a page that shows what's going on.
That's lame. I want to see it.
Let's see. Here's a live broadcast from an observatory.
Is it 6 minutes till like totality?
No, I think it's 6 minutes until their stream starts. Maybe.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because this says
this thing could happen any minute. I mean, not any minute. It could be a while then if they're just starting the stream.
Hang on. There's a bunch of live broadcasts. I'm trying to see if anybody's streaming just yet. Okay, the first one that's going up is NASA, their YouTube stream that we were just looking at. That is going to be starting in 5 minutes. So I'll keep that up over here, and we'll watch this as it happens, and we'll see if there's anything crazy going down. I guess it's going to be most noticeable in Spain and in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
But can you see? Are we supposed to be able to tell at all? Like, is there anybody who's going to be listening to the show who could go outside and see the total solar eclipse happening?
Actually, there might be, because, as you know, the last time I checked the downloads on the News Junkie Secret Show's Apple TV app, we had one person download the app in Iceland.
Oh, true. You could see it there?
And in Iceland, the countdown to totality is just under 38 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay. So if you're over in Iceland listening to the show today, then I want you to make sure that you give us a photo. I want a photo dispatch if you can see this. Or if you're over in Spain, I don't know, like, despite what that guy said earlier about our international appeal, we've got some people around the world who listen to the show and watch the show each day, whether on the radio stations that air it are on the live stream.
There's a live stream that's already running. Let me get you the link for it.
Okay. Because there's 102,000 people waiting for NASA's. Theirs is not yet started as far as I can tell. This one is. This one. NASA's still 4 minutes away, so we'll see. You sent me this other one.
I just sent you the link.
Okay. All right. It's coming through the interweb. There it is right there. This is live stream events. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's still just full on bright right now, as far as I can tell. Hang on, let me get rid of this.
Normal sun.
Yeah, this is normal sun. Oh, they're in Iceland and Spain. Yeah. So yeah, those are the places here that we're looking at. And it's supposed to get completely dark in both of these places. Not for a very long time. And that's about 30-something minutes away. But we're going to keep an eye on it. People used to use these moments to forecast the end of the world, pandemonium, riots. Now we only do that when there's political uprisings. Mm-hmm. But it could kick it off here as well.
Which do you think is more likely to end the world?
Both at the same time. The combination of the two of them really would do it. But I'll keep this stream up. We'll see what's happening. How are they doing this? Is this like a telescope with a camera in it?
I think they're those two. One of them is in Mallorca, and the other's in the United Kingdom somewhere. There are probably telescopes with some sort of barrier over it, like you would look through one of those Eclipse viewers.
Yeah,
that doesn't let the full strength of the light in.
You just see a ball, basically.
Yeah, but I think you'll be able to see like when the moon starts creeping around, or wait, are we? The moon, right, gets in the way? Isn't that it?
I think so. You tell me, man. All I know is they're getting ready for it to get completely dark. So I'm assuming that right now it doesn't look like there's any blockage at all. Like there's no eclipse happening. So very quickly within the next 20 or 30 minutes, that eclipse is going to start occurring in these places that we're going to be watching. You can go over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie to peek in. They should, allegedly, be in a position where it gets completely dark. And then bedlam. It's going to be chaos and bedlam that breaks out. So let me put this down. I'll keep an eye on it, though, and we'll peek back in. I'll leave that rolling and muted in the background while we roll on to these emails. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And Charlie emails the show. He says, "Hey, Sean and C-Lane, I was listening to the podcast where you guys were talking about the Bernie Sanders email to Mark Zuckerberg," he says. And he'll never recover from that, sir. "Ultimately, I kind of agree with Bernie Sanders on this." If you don't know what he's talking about, I think that was a Skull Mike segment. So between the breaks over on...
we showed
Did we talk about it on there?
It was on Bernie Sanders' letterhead.
Oh, you're right. We did. I talked about it on in between the breaks, and then we brought it onto the show. And Bernie Sanders had said in a message to all of the big AI companies, you are releasing products that you cannot control. And if you don't put a pause on AI development right now, then we are going to act. The U.S. Senate is going to act, and we are going to stop you. Because there's these stories coming out about AI going out of control, going on its own, connecting to the internet when it's not supposed to, those sorts of things.
Saying that sounds so sci-fi. Like there's a little bit of Skynet in there, a little bit of Matrix.
It's weird,
and just a little pinch of Jurassic Park. Like your products are beyond your control right now.
That is, it's true that that's happened, and then you have to find yourself in a position where you ask yourself a very big question: should the United States pause all of our groundbreaking work on AI and risk falling behind the other countries who are not going to stop? China is not going to stop. Other markets are not going to stop whatever they're developing. Should we pause our development because it's getting too dangerous, risking falling behind somebody else in this battle?
See, I don't think as much as the big companies and the government can try and intervene with the big companies wanting to dial back their research and their development of AI is also something that can be on a smaller scale, just developed by people.
Yeah,
it's not like the space race where not everybody had the tools to make rockets or the money. Like you can do AI work on your own.
Yeah, you can. And the emailer continues, says, "I do think AI progression is getting kind of scary with how advanced it's becoming, and how many of the recent tests that they've run on AI models, specifically Anthropic AI, have shown that they are already capable of scheming and lying to humans. That's true. He's right about that. To achieve their goals or avoid being shut down. I have a question, though. Do you think we should fully halt all development on AI, or is it like the nuclear bomb? Pandora's box has already been opened, and even if we stop working on it, some nation somewhere will keep trucking along. At this point, is it better for the Terminators to be American or Chinese? Maybe we can at least try to curb the risks if we're the ones to develop it. Wiggles and pops and Ocala National Forest bombs for all,
We know
says Charlie.
that it's the best for the Terminators to be Austrian.
Is that true? Oh, yeah. Technically, historically speaking, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a tough one. There clearly are some crazy things going on with artificial intelligence. Most Americans aren't focused on that, though, as much as they are focused on things like they hate it in art right now. They don't want it in movies. And they don't want the data centers whirring next to them, making all of the noise and all the things that come along with that.
They don't want it taking jobs.
No, which is
they don't
inevitable.
And they don't. What was the other thing? Oh, they don't like not just the art. There's a big backlash on people using AI, like obvious AI advertising.
Yeah,
and like
right.
the trends that you can like see in AI if you pay attention enough, like these small, some of them not even small. I saw an AI poster at Lowe's a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh. That looks just like the chicken and cheese shop over there. That the new Philly place that's going to only last a couple months. It looks just like their poster because it's that same font. It's that same organization, the same way of conveying the message that they're generating for everybody. And then I'm at Lowe's and it's like, hey, it's hurricane preparedness week. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Are you serious? They spent more money printing the posters than they did like generating them.
Yeah, BDMX Con on Twitch says, we are way ahead of China. They lease a decent percentage of their AI compute power from U.S. data centers. We should continue to press the advantage. It's such a tough one. I mean, I think we need to be ahead of everybody else because this is a thing where somebody's going to wield the godly-like power, and I would rather the United States wield that power. That's the biggest question you could ever ask yourself. When you talk about these America bad people, right? And these people are like, the West is bad. The West is responsible for all the scourges of the world and all this absolute horse-ass nonsense. If you could have one country have the breakthrough on AI that would be dangerous, but that country would be responsible for making it safe for everybody, I pick the United States of America. Okay? I always pick the United States of America.
The nuclear bomb was a good analogy for that.
Yeah, maybe we dropped a couple of them, but we learned some lessons. I trust the United States of America.
That it was us that developed it.
Yeah.
It was us that dropped it, not it dropped on us.
I trust the U.S. over China or Russia or North Korea or Iran, certainly, having that technology before us. But it's an incredibly complex topic. This is Anonymous says, 2 tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Hey there, News Junkie. If you decide to share, please keep me anonymous. Just a quick thought from Tuesday's show. Somebody mentioned that the U.S. was founded on Christianity. Not wanting to stir any pots, I just wanted to spread some info. You're probably going to stir a pot, though.
Actually,
the U.S. was founded on freedom of religion. That's true. We have to remember that it was still recently in history in England that people were killed for being Lutheran or Protestant or Catholic, depending on whoever was ruling at the moment. Granted, those are Christian-based religions, but that wasn't the mindset at the time. The founding fathers were aware of that history, and they wanted separation of church and state. That's true. Love you guys. Keep up the work. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. That is true, although that's not in any of the founding documents, I don't believe. It's not in the Constitution. Separation of church and state is one of those things everybody says, but it's not actually in the Bill of Rights or the Declaration of Independence or the founding documents in the United States. It was, however, the intent and intention of the early founders to get away from state-mandated religious takes. And I spread that off into everything, right? I think the state should not be enforcing opinions on anything. I think people should be able to have a wide variety of opinions on things. It's just natural that we disagree on certain issues. Let me look back up into the air here. All right, still not. Oh, it's just starting. It's just a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll take a break. We'll see if pandemonium breaks out here as the full eclipse, total eclipse, is going to be going down. You can watch over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. When we come back, We got to tee things up for the jury duty segment that's on the way before we get into Power Hour. I got more on the WNBA thing. The coach of the Indiana Fever, that is the team that Sophie Cunningham, is that her name? Sophie Cunningham?
Yeah.
And also Caitlin Clark. They're both on the Indiana Fever. And because of the way their coach has handled some of this stuff, particularly with the fouls against Sophie Cunningham, Indiana Fever fans booed the hell out of the coach last night. They were booing her in the last couple of games, I guess, to let her know that they were displeased. And she exploded at a press conference. I've got the audio. I'll play it for you. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is powered by guaranteed humans every day. Grab the free iHeartRadio app, hit TalkBack, and let us hear if you're guaranteed human.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, everybody. How are you? Hey, YouTube. Hey, Twitch. Hey, TNJ chat. Love you. Appreciate you. Only 13 away, baby, on YouTube. Only 13 away. You could be a part of that. You could be one of the 13 that bring us to 32,000 subscribers on YouTube. 35 subscriptions today. 35 gifted subs and subscriptions. Premium subs over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you for that. I think we can get that up a little bit too. But I appreciate you. Mark, hey, how are you, buddy? Appreciate you. All right, we got so many more stories. Let me see if there's anything I can give you here. A little exclusivo. Andrew Gillum got arrested again for meth. Anybody surprised? Oh, here's what I wanted to talk to you about. Yet again, somebody discovered ultra rare Nintendo Mario game cartridges. 97 absolutely pristine copies of Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, a popular Nintendo game released in 1988. They found out they were not only a new variant of the game, but the last known production date of it. And these are in perfect condition. And these Duck Hunt games are expected to fetch an unbelievably high amount of money at auction moving forward. I don't know if anybody does this. They collect like video games and, like still in the packaging and graded and stuff. I wonder how stable that collector market is. Maybe they hate that Sophie Cunningham is not a lesbian like Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is not a lesbian. They're both not a lesbian. White non-lesbians does put you in a minority in the WNBA. Sean, I unsubbed and resubbed. Well, that's not going to help out any. Stay firm. Stay subbed. We're only 13 subscribers away from that 32,000 mark. Lindsey Graham's sister won her primary. Darlene Graham, she advanced to the runoff in her primary at least. That's the seat to replace Lindsey Graham, who died, obviously. So she was successful. She'll go down into the runoff here, and we'll see who wins after that as they get to the general. Grading is stupid, first of all. I do collect games, though. Yeah, I don't know how... Like, if I bought a game, let's say I bought a collectible Duck Hunt game that was in really good condition, and I put that up somewhere, and they said, this is worth $30,000. In 10 years, is that thing going to be garbage, or is it going to hold value? BTW, I tweaked the live shot a little bit. I think it looks a lot better today. Got some of the blue from the mural on the wall. And it just, I think it looks a little bit better. I think I might have improved it a little bit. The Senate is not a House of Lords, shouldn't go to the next of kin. I agree with you, but and the voters are having their say. You know, she was thrust into the position when her brother died, but the voters will be able to have their say. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and then before you know it, we'll be in the power hour. How many of you, chat, are on Blue Sky? Any hands up for Blue Sky? Who's on Blue Sky? If you are on the Twitter competitor Blue Sky, your friends are dwindling. Blue Sky's user base is down 27.2% year over year. Their daily active users have plummeted to just about 3 million total on planet Earth. That's what they got. 3 million people using Blue Sky. Meanwhile, compare that with about 22 million, which was the peak, I think, of the Blue Sky platform. God, man, they have really fallen off. Twitter is down, but just by a fraction. And the big winner with the most users is Threads. Do any of you actually use Threads? All of the traffic, like hundreds of millions of views on Threads, it's all just coming from the Instagram feed. It seems kind of like a cheat, but I guess I'll allow it. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see. Stand by. Coming back now.
Alka-Seltzer.
Use as directed.
Hey, Tanner, why do carpets look so rough before Zero Res?
Well, Russ, other cleaners leave soap and shampoo in the carpet, and soap attracts dirt. Zero Res cleans with ZR water instead, so carpets stay cleaner longer. Spelled forward backwards.
Zero Res.
It's the right way to clean.
Pull up a chair to At the Table, the food allergy podcast. Each episode, we'll explore how food allergies shape the way we travel, date, celebrate, and connect. Because living with food allergies isn't just about what you can't eat. It's about still having your seat at the table. Brought to you by Genentech and Novartis. Listen to At the Table, the food allergy podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow At the Table and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
The WNBA Indiana Fever drama. Is the coach on the way out? We'll talk about the elections that happened last night. Like 2% of you are paying attention to those so far. Generally speaking, the audience of this show is like, it's a really eclectic, diverse mixture of people. And mostly you guys are not super online. You don't like stay completely and totally up on all of that weird stuff that maybe I or maybe Josh or maybe C-Lane will be a little more tuned into.
Definitely Josh. Big clavicular fan.
You guys are like, you like politics a little bit, but you don't follow things like the primaries super closely, most of you. And it's just sort of like the vibe I get on a lot of these things. And so that's where we kind of find ourselves as we see the results of the election last night. Now, the craziest thing is the woman who I was talking about, this Hong lady, all the polls, I think all of them, I think every last one of the polls said that this socialist woman, Hong, was going to win the governor primary in Wisconsin. And she lost. They said she was going to win by 22 points, 24 points, and she lost. And all I can tell you is after seeing some of the other elections, the primary polling is totally broken. They're not getting through to like non-college educated, non-hyper-political people. And they think like, well, look, all the people who responded said they were going to vote for this socialist lady. She's going to be the Democratic candidate for the governor of Wisconsin, which would have been a big move for the socialist types. And I started talking about her. She had some weird strategies where she was against Thanksgiving until she was for Thanksgiving.
Until it was her favorite holiday, right?
Yeah, it went from saying cancel Thanksgiving, colonialism, boring. And then she said, no, I get it. Some people like Thanksgiving, but there are people who are very, very upset and hurt by Thanksgiving, which is okay. What are you even talking about? And then she said it's my favorite holiday. And then we found out that she also hated Halloween. She hated Valentine's Day. She hated every holiday that you could ever imagine. And then they did the thing on Fox News where they bring on the socialist people and they just do the rundown of questions and they stare back at the camera and they go, do you want to abolish the police eventually? And they go, yes, I would. Do you want to abolish prisons? Yes. Yep. I want to do that. And they just watch the support fade away from these people. I'm not sure how much that whole part of it had an impact, but she lost. And as I said, the polls had her as the front runner in this primary race. Here's the race as it was called, I think.
Establishment Democrats are probably breathing a sigh of relief. They were afraid that a Hong victory would essentially hand the GOP the keys to the governor's mansion in November. Hong had faced scrutiny over previous social media posts and lacked the endorsements of prominent progressives like Senator Bernie Sanders and AOC. Her narrow loss coming on the heels of a close race in Michigan showing that centrist voters still yield a lot of influence, especially in swing states.
Yeah, imagine that. The centrist people, the normal people, you outnumber all these other weirdos who are so loud and force you into trying to like agree with whatever they're saying, all that good stuff. Crowley won 39.8 to 39.4. He'll go on to the general election. He's a much more moderate candidate. He doesn't have like some zany, crazy views about things. And from what I can hear from him, he seems like a pretty chill guy. She is going to go, I don't know, wherever you go after you lose a race like this. But they thought she was a shoo-in for winning that election. I couldn't get enough of the photo of her voting. I don't know what it is about it. There's something
it's
about
the outfit.
Doesn't it look like we took the world's tiniest person and gave her the world's biggest ballot to vote? It's like,
well, the ballot's big.
It's like a mouse voting.
Her coat is giving a kid stacked on a kid vibes.
It's like Stuart Little goes to vote. She's voting for herself. And this was Hong going in to vote, and she had this big oversized outfit with this massive ballot. And
are those sneakers?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she likes sneakers, I guess. Her fit's not terrible. I'm not going to hate on it, but she looks so tiny. It's very funny looking. It really does look like Stuart Little went in to vote at the polling place, and she unfortunately didn't tip herself over the top. Then there was some sort of problem with Wisconsin voting, and over on NBC, the elections guy was like dumbfounded. He was like, "Oh, are you kidding me?"
I guess the exact thing, yes, is if 5 of the USB sticks were missing results from the election, so then they have to go try to re-grab them.
He looks so tired,
shaking his head.
Yeah, and they're
Kornacki, you're gonna.
All the folks behind the scenes are talking about this as well. So
we're on the air.
Look, it's unfortunate.
The folks behind the scenes here, you're saying?
Yes.
Are how do I ask this artfully?
He's
pissed.
They lost.
Let me ask this artfully.
Yeah, they get the actual story on this, Elaine, because it was like there was something about the USBs that they sent over to count the votes didn't have the actual votes on them. And okay. Somebody says, Bootsy says, this shows that he's serious because his sleeves are rolled up when he's watching the vote totals come in. Yeah, he's like a meteorologist during a hurricane here. But
it says, hopefully somebody got him a beer and a cigarette after all of that. NBC chief data analyst Steve Kornacki was put through the ringer Tuesday night thanks to some unforeseen twists in the razor-thin Wisconsin Democratic gubernatorial primary. which former Thanksgiving hater and Democratic Socialist Francesca Hong lost to David Crowley. He seemed like he was on the verge of walking off set and never returning, but it made for some good clips. This is just the clip. I wanted to know what happened.
Yeah, I want to know what happened with the actual USBs. Meanwhile, while you look that up, I want to bring you to, a lot of people don't know this, but in Minnesota, they had a pretty wacky candidate over there. Mike Lindell was running for governor of Minnesota for his part, right? He's like on the right-wing side. Mike Lindell, the MyPillow guy, former crackhead, was running for the GOP candidate for Minnesota governor. And when he found out that he lost the election and didn't get enough votes, he came up to the media and he said, I was bested. I want to congratulate my opponent. I just want to say I hope that they do a great job representing the fine people of Minnesota. No, I'm kidding. He did. Obviously, he got mad and said the whole thing was a scam.
Wow.
And it was an inside job or something. Here he was. Here's Lindell after he lost.
Here's the next report, everybody. Hold on. We just gained 5,000 votes.
Why are you screaming?
And we gained 5,000 votes, everybody. And the last 13,000 votes that were counted, we got 5,000. We gained 5,000 votes.
Yeah, do you guys understand a word he's saying?
No,
5,000, we gained 5,000.
I like that it's on his own TV channel, too.
Yeah, he's on Lindell TV.
Well, let's think about this. That means I got 10,000 and the rest of them got 3,000.
Probably.
If this is a sign, we will have the lead within an hour. I mean, this is big news. This is a big jump, and they must have started counting the day of votes. So
they're showing them some vote totals?
Okay.
They're confronting him with the actual vote totals of him not winning at all.
All right, everybody. Does anybody have any other questions?
If the AP calls the race with Lisa Davis in the next half hour, will you concede?
If who does?
If the AP calls the race.
What is the AP? The voters. What the AP? Why would I listen to the AP? There's 265,000 votes left to count. I'm down by 18,000 now. We just gained 5,000.
That's a lot.
I will call. I'm not going to give up this race until the votes are counted. That's nonsense.
Yeah, total nonsense. He did lose at some point. I don't know. He didn't concede. He's alleging voting irregularities and refusing to concede, they say. Which, is anybody surprised by that? I certainly am not.
So the story out of Milwaukee said human error forces delay in primary election results. Election officials said 5 of the 9 USB sticks were missing results from the election. The City of Milwaukee Election Commission Executive Director said they discovered 5 of the 9 flash drives brought to Central Count had the audit log downloaded and not the results.
Really?
It was a human error. They had to go back to the operations center at Central Count to re-download the results from 5 machines. They'll then be sent back to the Milwaukee County Courthouse to be re-uploaded.
What the hell? I understand his frustration now. Somebody says, this is Mike Lindell on his way to tell Trump how mean people cheated him out of his election. Is he doing an interview from the driver's seat of his car?
And we still have some of those all-season slippers at $25 a pair to think.
Buddy, slow down.
What is happening here? Is he roaring down the street?
You're out there for the great, for supporting us through all this.
Is this AI? This must be AI. Oh, hold on. Where's that coming from?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's your side. That wasn't me. Jesus.
That was one of my Eclipse live streams.
Well, it definitely wasn't Mike Lindell conceding because he has decided that he does not want to do that. And, the election has been stolen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not a big surprise from that guy. He hasn't seen an election that wasn't stolen, I don't think. Let's peek back into the solar eclipse. All right, it's getting there.
Go live.
Oh, I'm not live?
You don't look live.
Hang on.
I'm
that's
live.
Rude. That's rude to say.
There you go.
Is that live right now? It's just black. Are we full eclipse in? No, there we are. Okay. All right, now we are 8 minutes away from totality right here. That's happening right now. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll be back before totality. So if all hell breaks loose, We'll capture that here on the stream at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Quick break. Back with that in jury duty before we kick into the Power Hour, which is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 10.
Hello, hello. Still got the WNBA story. Killer story in jury duty on the way. By the way, folks, there's a tropical wave out there, about an 80% chance, 80% chance that can move into the Caribbean. 50% chance of developing over the next 48 hours for another one. But 92L is the big one. 92L has a chance of working its way into the Caribbean. If it escapes the wind shear, who knows where this thing's going to go. Pretty quiet hurricane season so far. Any Mike Lindell fans out there? Sorry about your situation today. He did not win. I thought that the people would vote in the primary for the My Pillow guy. But the My Pillow guy and the lady who hated Thanksgiving, not so good. Which I don't want to say I told you so, but I did have a rant yesterday about how I still believe that most Americans are pretty normal people. I believe that they reject both far left-wing and far right-wing candidates. And in most cases, we see that. Unless there are hyper-blue cities which are electing these Democratic Socialist candidates in some cases. But it didn't work for Hong. No good. I'm kind of ready for another Tropic Like It's Hot show. He should bring it back, man. C-Lane's Tropic Like It's Hot show is a big hit. I was part of that for a second, and then my power was completely knocked out, which was my own personal 9/11. Very difficult stuff. An update to the story making the rounds about AOC, where she gave herself the shot for freezing her eggs, getting the hormone shots and stuff to prepare herself to freeze her eggs. I saw a story that said in the United States of America, compared to 5 years ago, compared to 15 years ago, in the United States of America, there are 5 times more women right now freezing their eggs and seeking ways to ensure that they can have a child later in life if they so choose. 5 times the amount of people who have been seeking the very same services that AOC is seeking. So it would seem like millennial women, the amount of millennial women who start to creep up in age a little bit and then want to have something done to store their eggs and keep them safe is up a multiple of 5 compared to where it used to be, which is interesting. Nah, man, take all my eggs, I'm good. Well, why don't you sell them? You know what I mean? Sell them, get something out of them. Little Bootsy's all over the place. You guys might remember the story we did. Correct me on this one. Did we do it yesterday? Was it yesterday, the story where the woman was running away from her partner who was abusive to her, and he was attacking her and violently beating her, and she ran to a motel, and the motel was supposed to be a safe place for her, but her partner, her abusive partner, showed up at the front desk and said she was having a medical emergency, and they gave the guy the key to go into her room where he attacked her. And thankfully she survived that. but that was the hotel giving away the key to the room and somebody's security to the worst possible person. Believe it or not, I have a similar story that we're going to talk about in 1 minute. 1 minute. I don't know how she got into office, but she's a joke. Who, AOC? I mean, she got into office because she's in a district that's incredibly blue. Like, her district changed a little bit more, and she seems to have moderated a bit based on that. But we're talking about the bluest of blue districts, and AOC popped up in that area. So that's where she's going to be. I stand by. I think she's very savvy. You know, I disagree with her on a lot. I think the Green New Deal is, read up. If you never read it, go read the wiki entry for Green New Deal. See what it would actually do to the boards of every American company. See what would happen to ingenuity and business if that Green New Deal actually went through. Craziness. But she is savvy and good at using social media, much more so than a lot of her fellow elected officials are. All right, jury duty. Here we go. Wait till you hear this story.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it in and get a quote in minutes. Plus, access thousands of products beyond what's in store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Radio 104.1.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time. This is the News Junkie.
What the hell? Stand by. Wait till you see this. Jury duty on the way. Yet another situation in jury duty of somebody getting keys to a place that they weren't supposed to. You might remember earlier in the week, I had the story about this woman who was abused by her husband or partner or whatever. And then she went to a hotel to escape him. And then he showed up at the hotel and he said she's having a medical emergency in her room right now. She's having, was it a stroke, C-Line? What the hell was it? Stroke?
Seizure, I thought.
Seizure? She's having a seizure right now. And the front desk goes, oh no. And they gave the abuser the key to her hotel room. And so he went up to her hotel room and then just attacked her. And thank God, I think she's still alive. But, you know, the hotel gave the abuser, the attacker, the keys because he lied to them. And they sort of got socially engineered out of the keys. And there's another story kind of like that in a wild way in jury duty. But real quick, I guess this...
You should
this
go to the live stream right now, buddy.
Oh, hang on. Oh, the Eclipse. Hang on. All right, hold on. Am I on live?
You're not.
I'm not. Okay, hang on. Give me a second. Give me a
First
second.
day using a computer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's getting there. It's not all the way, right?
No, it's in Iceland.
this
It's
totality?
dark. The top
Oh,
left,
in Iceland, it's
the
pitch
top
black?
Left, that's what Iceland looks like right now.
Oh, wow. Okay, Iceland is pitch black. United Kingdom is not all the way into the eclipse zone there. So they're like about halfway?
Yeah, there was another stream I had on that had two different countdowns to totality, and I think
Are there people in this shot? We just
Yes.
can't see them? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
You see, like, you can see their phones.
Yeah.
You can see something that earlier they had a shot of what I'm assuming is a famous statue in Iceland, and it was just dark all around.
I mean,
couldn't
it is
see anything.
This is pitch black. Other than Sealand's right, other than a phone. Oh, I think I see the rim maybe of the sun. It looks like I might see just like a peak of it right there, if that's what that is. Or that might be a hair on my monitor. I'm not sure. Could be either or. But it is pitch black there right now and heading over a lot of Europe and the UK in just a bit.
I think in Spain, where we were, it's also supposed to get pretty dark there. It's about 38 more minutes or so.
Okay.
Something
All right,
like that.
We'll keep an eye on it. I did want to share this with you here. Hang on. Let's see here. I thought I just saved that, but maybe I didn't. There is a post that I just saw of something that happened at a golf tournament. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Hang on. Let me bring this up. The guy hit his ball in the Live golf tournament, which I actually thought was done and over with. But here he is. His name is Carl Schwartzel, Charl. Charles Schwartzel. The guy hits his ball off the tee.
Par 3, of course.
Hits it. All right.
Whoa.
Ball goes up. Drilled this ball. Right. Okay. The ball hits on the green. All right. The golf ball hits on the green and starts rolling back. Oh. Rolls into the water, and a fish ate the golf ball. What does one even do? Do you see the golf ball is right there for those of you on YouTube? I'll put this up on See It Now. Golf ball rolls in. Fish ate the golf ball.
Yep.
I mean, I don't even know. I'm not big enough of a golf fan to know what you even do there.
Put a new ball down right next to it.
I think so. Yeah, you probably have to. I'm going to get a good screenshot of that, and I'll put it up on See It Now.
What if
during
the
the break.
fish eats that ball?
At some point, you lose. Yeah, at some point, you lose, and the fish wins the game, I think. But here we go. It's time, friends. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Tell me if I'm missing something on the whole solar eclipse thing, but I wanted
you
to share.
can see the statue a little better now because I think the actual sun is starting to return.
The statue?
Yeah, on the top left.
Oh, I don't see it.
You have to go. You have to be live.
I am live. You keep saying, "Oh, I can see it now." It's almost like I wasn't live before when you said I wasn't live. Yeah, it's just now coming back. It was full on dark then. I'm telling you, back in the olden times when these eclipses would happen, I imagine so many people were very, very confused. Like, what the hell is happening?
It would be scary.
Oh yeah, big time.
Gonna be an early night, Paul.
Is it going to be like this always? Is it ever going to change? Here is the story that I want to share with you in jury duty, brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go, just call Mo, 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. The details on what happened to a couple in New York City coming through Fox 5. Listen up.
Take a look at this surveillance video.
Okay.
Fox 5 has blurred this woman's face because police have not identified or charged her. But the couple whose apartment this is says they don't know her either.
I mean, we were like panicked.
This is Bill and Yelam Kim's Long Island City apartment. They live at Halo LIC. And they say the woman you see making herself comfortable on their couch is a total stranger.
All right, they have no idea who this woman is, but they had cameras inside their house. And they said the woman came to the front door and they gave her the key, just like the other situation. Just handing out keys.
I was in disbelief. I just could not believe what I was seeing.
That's how
the Queens couple says it happened July 24th while they were on vacation. And they wouldn't have even known an intruder was inside their home if they hadn't gotten an alert from their security camera.
We can't help but wonder, what would she have done if we didn't catch her on camera? If we didn't have the security camera set up, would she have just stayed? This was almost 11 p.m. at night. Yeah. Would she have slept in our bed?
Yelam says their apartment management claimed the woman posed as a dog walker and the employee at Halo LIC handed her the keys without verifying who she was.
Bro, what is going on at these places? Please do not give away the keys to people's residences unless you're sure that that's a good idea. My God. So this woman just goes up to the front desk, says, I'm here for this apartment. I'm a dog walker. And they go, here are the keys.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Free apartment hack.
Yeah. Have fun. Go in there. And she's in her skirt. She just jumps onto the couch, just relaxing, full maxed out mode.
Did the people even have a dog?
I don't know, but they didn't know who she was. They had no clue who this woman was.
Emails sent out by management obtained by Fox 5 confirm that. Now, have you guys ever had a dog walker come to your apartment before?
Not while we weren't here.
We've never had an authorized guest.
The couple immediately called.
That's kind of sad.
Only unauthorized.
We've never had an authorized guest. The only person to visit us at our apartment has been this stranger.
Good news, bad news. Good news, this was our very first guest.
Yeah.
Bad news, we weren't there to enjoy their company.
Yeah, we had no idea what the hell this person was up to. All right, now I don't know what's live or not live anymore, C-Lane. Let me make sure. Am I live? Okay, now the sun. Yeah, this is not live?
No.
Yeah, I'm live, man.
No, it's 35
now I'm live.
minutes.
Now I'm live. It's
Why
almost
do
like
you
I wasn't
never know
live
if you're
before.
live? Why are you so bad at this? I think you're just leaning in to piss me off now.
I'm not. It turns out you were right about that. I didn't know if you were right or not, but it turns out you were right.
We'll get to see another shot of just darkness in about 35 minutes when Mallorca goes dark for the solar eclipse.
Yay. And that is where the pandemonium is going to break out. I thought it was going to be in Iceland. I got that one wrong. I did. In Iceland, it was smooth sailing. Should have known. Ice smooth sailing, no problems during the totality of today's situation with the total eclipse. But in Spain, it's not going to be that case.
Oh, 60,000 more migrants.
They're going to go crazy. Es un cielo negro.
Oh, there's going to be 60,000 more rushing in here to Mallorca, Spain. All right, we'll keep an eye on it. I'll probably be behind time, and C-Lane will be up on time. We'll see how that goes. That's just how I think
Classic
it's going to play
us.
out. Yeah, definitely, for sure, Z's. I'm going to get here. I got my screenshot of the fish eating the golf ball. It's quite a time. That'll be a fun one for you to watch later. That's going up on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break, and it's time to kick off the Power Hour, everybody. And we truly have saved the best for last. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coke Zero Sugar 400 returns to the World Center of Racing with the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series on August 28th and the Coke Zero Sugar 400 on August 29th. Experience the thrill of NASCAR like never before. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com. Visit RealRadio.fm/contest for all the info and to find out how you can score free tickets.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Looks like that crash has been moved back onto the shoulder on I-4 eastbound.
Hello, stand by. I'm putting this up. There she is. All right, it's up on See It Now. Now. As intended, as God intended. Then we got to get some Rate My Blank entries in. Let me ask you a question. You guys might be sensitive about this. I don't think you're going to risk yourself anything, okay? Does radio doesn't know when live? Yeah, I was saying live on the YouTube video. Does anybody else anywhere, right, who doesn't live in your house, does anybody else have a key to your house? Have you given anyone a key to your house? My theory is that is not very common these days, but I want to see, does anybody outside of your house, like a friend or a family member or somebody else, have a key to your house? My maid? By the way, Cool Hand Luke says this is the time I met Nicolas Cage, but Nicolas Cage seems a little stiff in that photo. My parents, and I have theirs. Yes, a code, my pet sitter. So the pet sitter is kind of a big one, right? But Abraham, I'm guessing your pet sitter is like somebody you know closely, not like some service where they're gonna come over and help out and like walk the dogs and stuff. They're not strangers, is what I'm saying. Nope, no, but I've never had I've never had authorized guests. He says, "Oof." Our pool guy has a key to our fence. That's the most I would do. Family members, I gave a copy to my neighbors. The neighbor says stuff. My in-laws do. I think that's less common now than it was. Back when I was a kid, folks. Way back when I was just a little kid. Here's Chompy, our cameraman. When I was a young boy, young warthog, if you will, everybody used to have a key hidden around their door. I kid you not. almost every house, if you looked long and hard, there'd be a fake rock, or underneath the mat by the front door, you pick up the welcome mat, key underneath, or like on a ledge up top, key hidden up there. Almost everybody I knew had a key hidden by their front door. Ain't nobody doing that shit now. Ain't nobody doing that now. I'm not going to ask you if you have one, because that will be a security risk. My neighbor has a key. I got the fake rock, but no key. That's good. Crazy drunk cat lady. That'll keep them guessing. I don't want people breaking in my house. I'll shoot somebody. I'm liable to shoot somebody. Trump confirmed that story we talked about yesterday, which had him getting into the catering truck and escaping Air Force One. See here real quick. All right. Man, there's a story that I'm struggling with here. I hate to do animal stories like this, but there is a hoarder that they busted in West Palm Beach, where we have a radio station airing the show. And the person who was a hoarder had all these animals, like a bunch of dogs that were being malnourished and mistreated in the hoarder's home. And now they're trying to adopt those animals out. So I'll try not to get in on the really sad, bad story parts of it, but I want to weaponize our audience in West Palm Beach to see if we can adopt out these animals. So I'm just giving you a warning on that. It's probably going to be in the next segment or so, but I want to put that out there. It's Palm Beach West now. Get with the program? Nah. Not a sad hoarder animal story. I'm telling you, I don't want to bring you down, but it's too good of a service to discuss a story like this if I can get people fired up and get them to adopt the pets. I mean, you guys tell me, chat, you can decide. Should we do the story with the potentiality that maybe some of these animals who haven't been treated well can find some great homes and have a splendid rest of their life? Or should we not do it because it's a story about animals that weren't treated well? Do the story and hope that the animals get adopted, or no? Yes or no? Yes is do the story. No is skip it because it's a sad story about animals. No? Fine? How could you say no after I told you we might be able to house these animals? You monster. How could you do it? Do it? Fine, do it. I would like to get them adopted. I really would. And I think you would too. Okay, we're coming back right now, everybody. It's time for the Power Hour. Here we go.
Keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that appointment today. And please, while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection saves lives. It's Life Imaging.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human. Today is Mo Better with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the News Junkie.
And then the most controversial story of the day, for a bizarre reason, I'll explain what's happening with that in just a moment here. Before all of that, am I missing anything in the solar eclipse front? Is
we're
it
kind
crazy?
of in between hot spots for the totality.
Okay, so it's not dark in Spain just yet. Majorca, Spain is getting hit with that total solar eclipse.
I mean,
But,
it's getting there. It's you could definitely see.
Am I live here?
You look to be live. Yes.
Yeah, I did it. I knew I could do it. Thank you.
You're
everybody.
actually a second ahead of me. Look at you go.
Woohoo! Yeah, I'm in the future. I knew I was going to be able to do this. It is still in Iceland. It looks like they're just showing the end of the eclipse now.
Mm-hmm.
But very, very cool for these folks. They're getting to experience a full total eclipse today.
I was wondering if we talked more about it last time there was a big total solar eclipse in America. How they were doing special flights that you could get on where you could follow the line of totality or something like that. I wonder if they did anything like that over where it is today.
It's pretty cool, actually. I mean, people kind of get into this stuff, and I don't blame them for being interested. Right now, we have many, many, many things to fit in the last hour, so let's kick it off officially. Let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
"That gave me it all."
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
What did I even say? What was that?
It's not gamey at all.
It's not gamey at all? Okay, all
Vegan
right.
lady.
All right.
Yeah, remember the lady that had steak for the first time?
Yeah.
Just crying.
I didn't know you pulled that one from the archives. Yeah, from a little ways back.
I like to keep a little buffer of clips of you just to kind of sit in here.
That's so nice of you. That's absolutely very nice of you. Not really. I want to see if I can get this story up. Here it is. Okay. Now, I just told everybody, I gave you a little tiny warning. It's not going to be that bad, I promise.
It's pretty bad.
But we have to utilize the power of this show, The News Junkie, for good sometimes. We have to do that. And I want to do that real quick. There's a story that otherwise is not, it's not a great one. It's one that pulls at your heartstrings a little bit, but I think we can make something good out of it. And because we're fortunate enough to be on some great radio stations all over Florida, New York, and Louisiana, I want to utilize our great station in South Florida, both 101.7 on the Treasure Coast where this really happened, and also 92.1 in West Palm Beach. I want you guys to pay attention, all right? If you've been tuning out, Josh, and you haven't been listening, you've been like, solar talk on the radio, just tune back in for a second, all right? Focus in
I thought you were
here.
saying that people tuned out Josh.
No, who would tune out Josh?
I don't know. Thank you. That one guy.
If you've tuned out Josh, Josh in particular. Wait, if you, Josh, have tuned out, that's a better way to form this. The story from WPTV is about this dog owner that is in big trouble. Here's the story. It says 72 charges in this case in what the Humane Society calls the worst animal hoarding case it's ever seen. And they show this dog that's all matted and, obviously needs to be cared for. It's alive, though, okay? They got the dog out of there. There were 36 border collies inside this hoarder house that had not been treated very well. Their fur was caked with feces, and there was mats in their fur the size of apples. And this person who was doing this was not just some victim who's a hoarder themselves. This is disgusting abuse of animals where you have taken in so many animals inside your house that you're giving them a terrible existence. So these animals, they were struggling, all right? But they got them out of there. They got these border collies out of there. And the woman's now facing a bunch of criminal charges, 72 total, 1 felony animal torture charge, good. Lock her up, throw away the key. Don't give a damn about this bitch and what happens to her next. I don't care. You could say, well, she's got hoarding issues. I don't care. If you have problems, you are in charge of them. Okay? This is like saying, which is true, that people are born pedophiles. Okay. So the moment you realize that that is your lot in life, your goal every single day is to wake up and not give into it.
Just like Josh does.
Not 1 inch. Not give into it. If you're a hoarder, then I want you to know 1,000% all of us expect you to know that you're a hoarder and not put a bunch of animals in harm's way. And when you do, we want the power of the law to come down on you so hard it makes you spin 7 different ways. Try hoarding in your jail cell because that's where you're going to be for a while here. So they're shaving the dogs. They're cleaning the dogs up. They're getting them back in good shape here. And again, I'm doing all of this because I think there's a good thing that could come out of this. These animals are beautiful dogs. Collies are amazing animals. Great animals, you'd be surprised. They can really recover from these kind of things. And if we can get you folks, especially on the Treasure Coast, if we can get you to step up and take one of these animals in, the Border Collies need a little bit of time. But if you put yourself on the list, as soon as they get adjusted, as soon as they get them in a healthy place, they want to get these animals adopted. And the website is hstc1.org. All right? Everybody, the Treasure Coast listening to us on this show right now, everybody in West Palm Beach willing to take in an animal, the website is hstc1.org. And how many of these dogs did I say were inside the house? There was 36 Border Collies.
Good God.
All right. These are great dogs.
Wait, how many charges did they get?
72.
72.
2 per dog.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Yeah. So there is a whole bunch of these animals that in just a little bit of time are going to need a great home to bring them in. These are good dogs with people with kids and all these other things. They'll make sure that the dog is ready. And on the website, you could see them and you can get yourself on a list, I'm sure, when these dogs become adoptable. So keep that on your radar, please. hstc1.org is the name of the website. Give these animals a good rest of their life. As soon as they get rid of the eye conditions and skin conditions, and you'll just look at a beautiful little dog, a beautiful little Border Collie. And if you're in Palm City, if you're on the Treasure Coast and you're listening to the sound of my voice, and this motivates you in any way, we'll all be better off for it. So please don't forget that. Put your name out there. Tell them you're willing to adopt one of these Border Collies when you get the opportunity. hstc1.org. And if you do it, I want to hear from you, all right? I want to hear that you did that because that's the right thing to do, I think.
Send pictures.
Yeah. Send pictures of the dog in happier times so we can bring people back around. People don't like hearing the animal stories like this. And I don't want to focus in on all the terrible details, but I know how many of you people are awesome pet owners. I know how many of you people do not do this stuff. I know how many of you people, if given a moment in a room with somebody who did, would make sure that never happened again. You know what I mean? Like, I know that that a lot of you would like to help. So, yeah, one last time, it's hstc1.org. Help those dogs out, the Border Collies caught in this terrible situation, 36 of them. If just 36 of you are willing to do it, we can really get something accomplished here. All right. We already did the Power Hour thing. I got the WNBA clip. Let's hear that real quick. The coach of the Indiana Fever, that is the team that Sophie Cunningham, she's the one with the point meme. She's that one. She's the one who they've been coming at because she had a incredibly common position on whether biological men should participate in women's sports. And then she got fouled incredibly hard by these absolute thug losers who are looking to capitalize on either her fame or just don't like her because she's white in the WNBA, or I don't know. I mean, it's hard to see into people's hearts, but I can tell just like anybody else that what's going on is wrong and that people are definitely being There's viewpoint bullying going on and lots of other things happening in the WNBA. And then every time I see one of the coaches, they're running defense for these losers. The Women's National Basketball Association, which should be about defending women, defending the players, has lost the plot so much that her own coach, the Fever coach, came out pissed off because she was getting booed by their fans. Their fans were booing her because it didn't seem like she was protecting her own players. It seemed like she was so concerned about being called racist or white privilege accusations or whatever that she didn't want to take care of her own players on the court. So she came out real hype about this. Let's listen in. Let's see what happens.
No, I'm going to start today.
Stephanie White.
This isn't necessarily for
Coach of the Fever.
Those people that are in this room. This is more for an online community that's trying to create narratives that simply don't exist. Trying to create a fabrication or distortion of who I am, of what I'm about. Our players' success.
Got some notes.
Our players' health and wellness, our players' safety is always a top priority for me. One of the things I pride myself on is my relationships with players. For those who have anything to say about the play in the last game, I didn't see the play in real time. I went straight to a press conference. I thought the play got called right. Thankfully, Sophie's okay.
Sophie Cunningham.
Was it egregious? Absolutely. When you have a chance to watch that over and over and over on replay, you can see that. I didn't have that in real time.
Okay.
Were there any
I take personally.
Reporter tried to pipe in with a question because it got quiet. She's like, no, I'm not done. I'm not done yet. There was people calling for her to be fired. There was a meeting that they said they were going to discuss whether they're going to be firing this woman, the coach of the Indiana Fever. Currently, Stephanie White's job status is secure, and they're like backing her up for right now. But yeah, you listen to the reporter try to get a question in.
I take personally any suggestions that I don't 100% always have my players back. I ride with them 10 toes down all the time. All the time. They know that. It's a shame that we can't have an opportunity to talk about what great basketball they're playing. Because they are f***ing playing.
Ooh.
The reality is, with me, I will always lead with love. I will always lead with grace.
Yeah, I think the problem, Coach, is that the other people aren't leading with love and grace. And then it doesn't seem like enough people are calling them out because we still live. There's certain people who are still scared of like what people are going to think of them if they speak up about something like this. Like, just say the right thing, the thing you think is morally right in all moments. Don't worry about what anybody's going to think about you. Don't worry about the social bullying over whatever your opinions are, your political positions. To hell with all of that. Just stand up and say it, from your chest, how you feel about things. And when we don't see that happening, a lot of people, myself included, in these cases, it seems like you're too pathetic and weak to stand up to bullying that's happening in a league like this. That's just how I see it.
I will always lead with humility, and I will always lead with integrity. Doesn't mean I'll always get it right. I'm also human.
True.
The hate, the fear-mongering, the divisiveness, the stuff that's trying to hijack our league will not win.
Oh, pounding her fist now.
Blood alone moves the wheels of history.
It's very Dwight Schrute moment there.
We are united. We are connected.
Are you?
We will not be divided. Every day these women put their on the line. Every day.
Asses.
When they go low, we go high. Love will win. Grace will win. Humility will win. And kindness will win.
There's a bunch of bumper stickers, man. It's like, love will win. Grace will win. Bro, just make it so the rules are enforced for everybody. And then people will talk about the game side of things. But people are not going to just shut up when they see something that seems wrong going on. And they see people getting bullied for their opinions. Opinions which, by the way, are very mainstream accepted opinions, much more so than the people bullying them in most cases. So let me know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Oh, God. My favorite clip of the day, I have to bring this to you right now. This has got to go up on See It Now. Have you guys seen the kid in the splash zone?
No.
This is one of the greatest. This is such a great video. It's so action-packed for being an 11-second video. You have to see this. All right, here it is. I'll show everybody on YouTube, and I'll put it up on See It Now since it's such a great visual. There's a mom, and she's at a theme park, and her kid is in front of her, and it's one of those water rides where the ride does like a big drop, and then, whoosh,
right.
The water sprays up on the people who are watching.
Nice way to cool down on a hot day.
Sure. Watch what happens to this kid. This is so great. It's going mega viral right now. All right, he's waiting.
She left him.
All right.
Crushed him.
It was like when the ride hits the water, it looks like a fire hose was opened up and just shoots this little kid. He's like, this is so fun. He's sitting there watching the ride. And he's like, oh, this is so exciting. Here comes the water. Boom!
Damn.
And rocks his ass.
I'm as I saw it happening, I was like, there's no way this could be that bad because the water's coming from so far away and like it doesn't seem, and then once it hits, I mean that is incredible.
Somebody said it looks like Ray Lewis took him out. Again, I'll put this up on See It Now. But get him. He's watching. Here it comes. He starts crying too. Put him on his app. And then he's okay. He's okay. All right. Okay.
It's fine.
Just so everybody knows. He's okay. He's fine. I'm going to put this up on See It Now. You've got to take a look at this today. It's really a great video. That's why it's got so many views and running. But we'll see what you think about that when we come back. The Power Hour rolls on. Stand by for that. Plus, all your dispatches. We haven't gotten enough in. Rate My Blank entries. Celebrity encounters. Keep them short. 30 seconds. All right? 30 seconds or so. We'll get to those. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices.
Folks, a new feature I wanted to tell you about. I know. Little kid gets drilled by water from theme park ride. A new feature, you say, Sean? Well, is it for everyone or for just Secret Shows subscribers? I'm glad you asked. This is already available in the update that is on the Android app. Search for the News Junkie in the App Store. iOS, I still got to wait for it to be approved, but it's a fun one. So now there's a link to the full podcast in the latest show module on the app, but the brand new feature is a show notes feature. So if you missed the show, you could take a peek at what's going on. You see the title, yesterday is Baywatch to Graywatch. And then if you hit show notes, it gives you an entire rundown of all of the things that we discussed on the show and what happened on the show. Now, I'm going to edit this, being the great Coderino that I am, so that those of you who are subscribers can tap a button for each of these moments. It's highlighted in the show outline, and it'll jump ahead to that moment. All right? Not a lot of people do that in the podcast world. All right? You could do that with like notes in a YouTube video, but not a lot of people do that in the podcast world. And it'll show you a full rundown of each day's show if you missed it. And if you're like, oh, I wonder if they talked about this, you could scroll through it. And then if you want to hit on the links, when the links are there, I still have to put that part in place. But when the links are there, you can skip ahead to moments that you want to catch. That's nice whenever I'm looking for a particular segment. Yeah, I think it'll be great for that. It'll be a way to take the podcast and go, hey, what happened today? What did I miss? And then maybe you say, oh, this is interesting. Okay. Or if there's one story in particular, you're like, oh, I want to see what they said about this. Right to it. And on the other side, if there's like some narrative, some story that we're talking about that you don't care about, you can go, all right, I'll listen to this, and then, I'll fast forward to the next moment at this part. All for you fine subscribers. And there's 36 from just today hitting the goal. It's not too late. You could still gift some subscriptions. Let's see if we can get to 40 maybe. I don't want to get greedy, but maybe we can. Also, we're 10 away from 32,000 on YouTube. I love this show. Sean, you rule. Thank you, Mega Drive. Mega Drive, huh? Can I ask, how do you get to the point where you work from home? You used to go to the studio. I started working from my studio, if you're honestly interested, during the pandemic 6 years ago. And this room was pretty basic at that point. I had my broadcast desk, which I had at previous studios that I've built. And I had some basic nuts and bolts of this setup. But for a while, I don't know, about 6 months, 9 months or something, we at the time weren't even allowed to go into iHeart. So we had to do the show from here. So I started doing the show from here. And then I realized that my setup is far more intricate and much better done in a custom way like this than by just getting behind the setup that everybody else uses in a little side studio at iHeartRadio Orlando. I mean, they've moved us around to all these different studios. We used to have some nice studios. We used to have nice big studios. And then they kind of just shifted us into this side studio. I think the equipment in that studio is subpar for what I want to do. So I started doing the show from here. And I'll keep doing that. Look at Tom with 10 more gifted subs. We're at 46, baby. Tom is coming after our guy, Sun State John. Tom, big support. Thank you. So, yeah, I mean, now it would be an ordeal. If I went back to the studio, which I never will, there's no reason for me to. It's literally in my deal that I could do the show from wherever I want in the world. If I wanted to go back to the show, we wouldn't be able to do a stream for that day unless we did like a Zoom thing, you know, like a little Zoom like grid thing or something. We wouldn't be able to do it like we do it. So my goal moving forward is to connect with as many of you as possible, try to get on as many iHeart stations to get as much exposure as we can. And then the future of the show is going to be in a stream podcast format, but there might be a hybrid opportunity where we could stay with all these iHeart stations. But it's about getting to the point where this show could be much more independent. And you're the one who helps out with that. Or Tom is the one who helps out with that. In fact, everybody who's gifted up to 46 subscriptions today. So if you want to support the show, the best way to do it is subscribe for a premium account on thenewsjunkie.com. Another huge thing is to gift subscriptions for other people. But there's simple things too. Like right now, if you're on YouTube, you can just hit the like button. That would be really, really helpful. If you like anything on the show today so far, hit the like button. We're coming back. We're going to do a grab bag segment here. Looks like a nice setup. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm blessed to have this space for sure. We're coming up to totality. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up right when we come back. Let's see what this solar eclipse looks like. Maybe it's pandemonium. Place your bets right now. Did everybody die during the solar eclipse in Spain? We're going to find out. Hey, Milky Way. All right, here we go.
You're ready. Go to markspain.com and find out what your guaranteed offer will be. There is no obligation. That's markspain.com. and start packing.
Training camp is open. The countdown to kickoff is on.
And it's time to get in the game.
iHeartRadio is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network.
We're obviously incredibly excited if you just want to talk about defense.
Get the insight before it's a headline with NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Thank you to Sean McVay.
Chasing a fantasy title? The Late Round Fantasy Football Podcast helps you draft like a genius.
And hopefully it helps you guys out the most.
This
is what football sounds like.
Download the iHeartRadio app, search NFL, and press play.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to
on the show. Forget the same 3 songs over and over again. Hang out with us here in the world's most viral newsroom. If you want to learn more about the show, go over to thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane, is all hell breaking loose during the total solar eclipse right now?
Go live right now. It's
all
pretty
right,
cool.
Hang on, is this? I got to go all the way live. Otherwise, I'm going to... Oh! Whoa, yeah!
We're watching the sun disappear.
Yeah, this is in Majorca. You can watch on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. For the rest of you, this is sort of a weird thing on the radio, but I'm just trying to see if anything crazy happens to bring you the drama if it does. And they're in a full solar eclipse right now. Oh, it's like you could see that little sliver. Even I can actually see it changing live, getting like smaller and smaller.
Did you pause it?
Cool.
No, it's going, I think.
No,
maybe I did. Man, I did. Damn it, I'm not live again. Okay. All right, there it is.
Do this?
I don't know. Now it's full on eclipse. It's like
full on paused again.
It's not paused. Oh, it is still. How have I been so bad at this? Okay, there it is. Is there any audio on this?
I think there's some people in the background.
They're partying.
I would be.
It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, we did this in the parking lot one time at the radio station. And somebody, I think they dispatched about this the other day. They made their own Eclipse glasses that they let me try out, and they just glued like 20 pairs of sunglasses, one after another, and like a big long row of sunglasses. And man, we have the best fans. Good people. Very, very good people on both sides. So, yeah, it looks okay. Looks like nothing is melting in Spain as this is happening. So,
yet.
I'm going to pause that, and then I'll pretend like it's live later on in the show.
I know you will.
It's about how things are going on that front. I don't want to screw this up again, but I really have let people down. Let's see. Little bit of a grab bag moment here. Here's somebody who's been going mega viral. This is a guy who set the world record for the highest height achieved from a blob jump. Do you guys know what a blob jump is?
Yeah, from heavyweights.
I guess.
Is that the big airbag that they put in a body of water?
Yes.
Yeah. Josh has got it. Yeah. And one person sits on the end of it. It looks like one of those tube things you hang in your hand, and it like
the
squishy tubes that like escape from your hand, kind of. It looks like one of the. I'm not doing a good job. It looks like a worm. All right, it's on the water, a big fat worm. And you sit on one side of it while you try to get the fattest person to jump on the other side. Or multiple people. And this guy broke the world record.
Oh, my God.
And it was just like...
That is ridiculous.
That was a big person that jumped on there.
I got to put this up on See It Now. It's another visual, I know, folks.
Was that the person in the air screaming, or was that somebody watching? That scream was intense.
That's like a rag doll, man.
It's definitely somebody that's not the person in the air who's doing the screaming. Like it's too close to the microphone, and it's not like it's not making the sound that it would make if it was the person up in the air.
I don't even know if that person can make any noise. They're spinning around like a rag doll, folks, when they break this record for flying the highest off the blob. There's no like beauty to it at all. There's no they're not doing like a perfect.
There's no
twist.
grace.
No, there's zero grace involved in this. But you have to see it. People are going nuts in chat for it. I'll put that up for you during the break before the final segment over on thenewsjunkie.com. Who wants this? Roku has launched a TV channel that shows AI slop 24 hours a day. Sounds fun. It's a new channel that just runs AI stuff.
There's some children's programming on like YouTube and stuff that is AI slop. And the kids eat it up.
They love it.
I mean, there's just cats licking stuff and cats cooking meals. There's a lot of dumb stuff.
Cats doing other things.
It sounds like it's a lot of cat-related things.
It's a lot of cats, yeah.
All right. So, folks, if you want to see cats licking stuff or cooking meals, was that the second option?
There are moments where, like somebody who sees your kid is like, oh, he's so smart. Oh, he figured this out. He's so smart. I go, wait till you see what he watches on TV. It is brainlessly stupid.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Your kid Jackson.
No,
if you're watching something that's AI, he has no thoughts on.
He
that
doesn't
at
have
all.
any sort of scruples about AI taking people's jobs.
Yeah, I only see that
he doesn't go, a wheel illustrator could have done this.
I see somebody blabbing about it on a YouTube video, but I don't care about that. I wanted to actually see like some of the content that they play.
Probably like those romance videos where the people are different fruits and then they have a fruit baby. You ever
I haven't seen
those?
this. No, what are you guys watching? You're watching
AI slop.
AI cats and
it's like a strawberry
romance.
and a banana, and then she falls in love with an eggplant or something.
And then the eggplant's cat has a fruit baby.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the fruit baby thing, but now I guess I do. All right, Celine, we have a choice here, and you're going to make it. I don't know what to do here. Do I do a couple of dispatches now, and then we have a short final segment, or do we take a break now? I know this segment hasn't been mega long, but if we do that, we can have a mega long outgoing segment.
Let's break now and have some real good final dispatches.
Okay, all right. Because
you can even look at the transcripts and see which ones are going to be too long and boring.
This one's pretty long.
Why start now?
It might be good. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, maybe I ruined it yesterday. I don't want to do that today. So what I'll do is I'll give you all killer, no filler. And the best of the best when we come back. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real music weekends are classic alternative.
Stand by, everybody. I got to get this final song for Today I Learned. I hope you had a little fun today. I got to thank everybody who gifted our subscriptions first things first on the way out. And I will be doing that on air. Let's see. Thanks. Gifted. Subscriptions. All right. I'll put that over there. Okay. Time to turn the tables. All right, I can't cue the song up yet because C-Lane's there. Time to rate the show. 10 out of 10. It goes right here in the Hall of Fame. Greatest shows ever. I had an okay time. 10 out of 10 if you felt that way, if you enjoyed yourself. 1 out of 10 if it was a catastrophe. 1 out of 10 into the Hall of Shame, or 10 out of 10 into the Hall of Fame, or somewhere in between. 10 out of 10 cute dying puppies out of, oh God, oh boy. 8 out of 10, we are not live, in fact. Yeah, well, you know, You know, nobody's perfect. I don't even have my shoes on today, okay? I'm injured. I'm limping. Let me see. Should we start here? Okay. 30. That ought to do it right there. That ought to do it right there, folks. Big thanks to Dropslinger, the software used to run the audio for this show. If you're in the radio industry and you would like a copy of Dropslinger, do let us know. Reach out. C-Lane would be happy to sell you a licensing fee to run it if you're maybe even got fired recently. Maybe you need something to play all the audio clips and stuff you got. Can you hear me? I'm all the way past the Waffle House. I have passed the Waffle House. Oh, what? Hey. Hey, buddy. Hey. Okay, there you go. 10 Mexican shocking gloves out of 10. All right. Sure. 10. I'm going to try to adopt one of those border collies. Bridget. Hell yeah. Love that, Bridget. Bridget, please follow up if you adopt one of those border collies. I would love to hear that story. 9.2 Bootsy misquotes out of 10. Probably true. How much for the licensing? We can make an affordable package for any and all interested in Dropslinger. 10 electric finger band gloves out of 10. Oh, man. Hopefully this is better tomorrow. I had to take Advil last night, which I almost never do. But I couldn't go to sleep. Folks, I appreciate you. If you appreciate me or anything that you've seen over these 4 hours, if you're excited about the future of this channel, hit that like button over on YouTube. All right? That's a good way to raise things up and help us out and keep these streams nice and strong. Hit that like button. The quest for 32,000, it's a long one. We may never get there. But we're only 7 away right now. 31,993 subscribers. Just 7 away. So if you're not subscribed, take a moment and hit that button now. Any Google Pay news, Sean? What does that mean? Google Pay news? I appreciate you. I appreciate all the studs in chat. Wow. Look at that. Steph just dropping it out there for the studs in chat. $10 out of 10 as always. Hobble Sean. All I have is $18. Sorry, buddy. Ain't going to cut it. We can't make a deal for 18. Unless you can talk them into doing it open source. And then it's free for everybody. 10 out of 10, no shoes. All right, we got to wrap it up, folks. Again, we do this every single day here on the News Junkie channel on YouTube and Twitch. Follow along at the News Junkie on all other platforms. There are highlight videos that are dropped every day or so over on YouTube. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern. I love you. I appreciate you. And I can't wait to get into the next viral story with you. All right? Have a great day. Be safe. Stay gold.
Part of DeBerry. It's DeBerry Family Music and Records. They specialize in new, used vinyl records, CDs, cassettes, turntables, guitars, and music gear. They also are proud to be an authorized ESP guitar dealer. We feature vinyl listening station where customers can slow down and experience the music the way that it was meant to be heard. They have a dedicated stage for local musicians to perform and connect with the community and inspire the next generation. They want their store to be the community hub where music is celebrated, friendships are made, and everyone from lifelong collectors to first-time buyers feel at home. DeBerry Family Music and Records is located right there at 132 South Charles Richard Beale Boulevard, basically 1792 in DeBerry. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook at DeBerry Family Music and Records. Let them know that Angel from the Monster sent you. They also sponsored What the Hell's Angel listening to on Friday nights. And if you're on I-4, it's Exit 104. Again, that's DeBerry Family Music and Records.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Teachers make a difference each and every day. Now's your chance to say thanks. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding public school teacher who goes above and beyond for students. They could be one of our $5,000 winners for classroom supplies and resources. Teachers give so much. Now it's our turn to give back. Nominate a teacher now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Today is Mo Betta with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
With us, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. Let's see what we got for you on the way out. We'll get into our final dispatches here in just a moment. Big thanks to Josh. Big thanks to Christopher Dolores Lane.
You're welcome.
Big thanks to you for being with us today. We love you. We appreciate you. I want to say on the way out, we had 45 gifters today, or 45 subscriptions gifted, keeping the show going with the support. And just real quick, it's Tom with 10. Thank you. Tanya Morgan with 2. Jampin with 5. J Turn with 2. Oh, there's more than that. I gotta refresh.
Somebody had like 16.
Yeah, let me see. Now I've got them all. No, why am I missing a couple of them here?
Go to live.
Here we go. Brad Wallace, Tom, Brad Wallace, J Turn, Jampin, Tanya, and Tom again. Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate that more than you will ever imagine. That's how you can bring us into the next phase of this show, by supporting. Be a subscriber over there on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. It's as little as $2.99 a month. Now the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean
cream of the crop.
Probably only
all killer, no filler. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. We got one. Here is, that's a dark one. We'll skip that right there. Here's somebody with commented the border collie situation.
What up, junkies? Can we take that woman that was abusing those border collies and put her on that blob thing, where they just shot that guy up in the air and broke the record?
Into the sun.
Can we put her on that and shoot her up into a big old pool of freaking alligators and sharks? God, man, if you abusing the worst people in the world abuse animals, man, that's terrible. People that abuse animals are freaking worse than Josh.
I agree.
Jesus, man, what are you doing? For God's
agree.
sake?
I think Josh would agree that he's better than people that abuse animals.
I like to think so.
Yeah. Cool Hand Lou, we will not accept cheating in the Rate My Blank competition.
Wow. How are they cheating? What are they doing?
Cool Hand Lou said, here's the time that I met Nicolas Cage, and I'm pretty sure he's at Madame Tussauds.
Yeah, I saw that too. From a distance, I thought that might be something. I was like, oh, wow, they met Nicolas Cage. That's a good one. But let's see. Somebody talk about Bert Kreischer meeting. Somebody says that they met George Perez. Who's George Perez? What is that? Well, let's listen. Let's see what he says. Here's phlebotomy.
I remember when I used to cut hair in Altamont Springs, this guy comes in, he gets a haircut, and I'm cutting his hair, and these guys are coming in like, hey, man, can we get your autograph? And I'm like, dude, who are you? And he goes, you ever hear of Teen Titans and the Avengers? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I created those.
Whoa.
It's George Perez.
That's cool.
And he used to get his hair cut at the barbershop here in Altamont Springs, and unfortunately he's passed away now, but yeah, I got to meet that guy. Really cool dude. And also remember that he sat there and he made a Etch-a-Sketch of Superman. That was pretty sick. All right,
thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate the dispatch. I didn't know about that name.
He even had a picture to back it up, and I guess he went to the guy's shop just for beard trimming, because I don't know that there's much of the haircut going on.
Oh, is he bald?
For Mr. George Perez.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not familiar with him, but that's cool. I mean, that's some really amazing stuff he's made. That's going to have to do it for today. But don't worry, we have time to get all these in. We still got 2 more days in the week, and we'll get your entries and Rate My Blank in, your celebrity encounters, in less than 30 seconds. But right now, let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. I think you probably know where this is going on account of our coverage today. Today I learned this song right here. Was originally a vampire love song written for a Nosferatu musical. The Nosferatu musical did not catch on, but the song did. It was the biggest hit of Bonnie Tyler's entire career. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, no matter how much sun you got. We appreciate you. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast of the new